Hi everyone, welcome to my channel or welcome back. My name is Stacy. I am the Palladian Awakener. So today let's talk about the astrology for October and how that is going to affect each and every one of us. Now, just a few things here before I dive into each and every reading. Keep in mind, these are very general readings. I'm using a whole sign house system. I use Western tropical astrology. So this might not resonate with each and every one of you because it really depends on what house system you prefer in astrology. So, and of course, everyone's natal charts are completely different. They're very unique to you. It's like your own personal fingerprint, so to speak. So, as I always say in my videos, take what resonates, leave the rest. I do recommend watching for your sun sign, your ascendant, your moon, and also if you have a lot of concentrated energy in one sign. So for example, if you have 3 or more planets in, say, one sign, then you can certainly watch for that sign as well, if that resonates with you, because obviously that's going to have a strong presence in your chart as well. And if you'd like a tailored reading just to you, for you, all about you, you can get in touch with me on my website, and I'll be sure to put the link to that in the description box below. I have lots of different types of readings on my website. If you can't find exactly what you're looking for, or if you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to me before you purchase a reading and we can go from there. A lot of my readings are customizable, so I can certainly customize them to you, whether it's personally or professionally, or whatever it is that you are looking to get more information about. Now, I just wanted to go over some quick highlights for the month of October. So it's going to be an interesting month, to say the least, because eclipse season officially starts this month. Now, I think I mentioned last month in my September video that some of us might have already started to feel this energy in September. So October, it's definitely going to ramp up. And keep in mind, eclipses ripple out 6 months after the date. So do keep that in mind. We're also in a really, I'm going to say, a really magical time right now. I get the feeling of like in between the worlds. And the reason why I say that is because most of the, well, all of the outer planets are currently retrograde right now. So we have this interesting space and time, about 3 to 4 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, where the personal planets are direct, but they're still in shadow, and all the outer planets are retrograde, which is a really unique opportunity. So do be open this month for any signs, symbols, synchronicities, downloads that you get. I'm going to say specifically end of September until about October 9th, October 10th. Pluto does station direct on October the 10th at 27, almost 28 degrees of Capricorn. But other than that, all the outer planets are still retrograde in October, which is, again, really fascinating. And by the time we hit beginning of October, Venus finally moves out of her shadow period, and same with Mercury. So, like I said, I think we're going to have a really interesting time the first 10 days of the month of October and even the end of September. So again, I wanted to just mention that because I'm kind of feeling that right now, of this really incredible in between the worlds magic, fogginess that, you know, really anything could happen. And then boom, eclipse season is pretty much right around the corner here. So what else do we have here? So we're going to talk a little bit about the eclipses. I'm not going to dive into great detail in this video. Why? Because you can check out my Libra Aries eclipse video down below. I'll be sure to link to that in the description box below. So I'm going to touch on it briefly, but please check out that video. I dedicated an entire video on diving deep into eclipses and what that means to you or for you for the next 18 months based on your, again, sun sign, ascendant, moon, whatever you want to watch for. Now, Mercury is just clipping along this month. So Mercury is going to pop into Libra on October the 4th. And Mercury is going to pop into Scorpio on October the 22nd. So just this month alone, you're going to notice your communication and the people around you. The communication is going to shift from, you know, sort of talking through things through, being concerned about the other or other people's opinions, or hearing people out, needing to see sort of like all sides of the story. You know, Mercury in Libra is all about fairness, justice, equality, things like that. And then when Mercury dips into Scorpio, that's going to change to more deeper, intense conversations. And our words might actually become a little bit more sharper, if you know what I mean. You know, sharp like a sword. That saying of, you know, words can be used as weapons. So just keep that in mind, because Mars is going to move into Mercury is going to be moving into Mars's territory. So yeah, our language is going to change quite a bit. And also Scorpio being a fixed sign, the language and opinions could be a little bit more stubborn. So keep that in mind. October will be a mixed bag when it comes to our communication. As I mentioned, Venus is moving out of her shadow period, which is fantastic. She had such a long stay there in Leo, 3 to 4 months. So she is finally coming out of that, moving into Virgo on October the 8th. So again, an energy change here, which we'll talk about. So Venus in Virgo wants to be of service. She's going to change from being, you know, very dramatic, very outgoing, to a little bit more introverted. She's not quite comfortable in Virgo. She has a rough time sort of expressing herself appropriately. So, I mean, no PDA, no fluffy bunny stuff. She wants to get right down to business when it comes to Virgo. So again, the energy is going to shift quite a bit in the month of October when it comes to Venus ruled areas of your chart. And also look to those Venus ruled areas of your chart, such as Libra and Taurus, and you're going to get more traction. You should start getting more traction in these two areas of life, which I'll talk about as well. And then Mars is moving into its home sign of Scorpio on October the 12th. So it's going to amp up that energy that much more in Scorpio this month. We have Juno moving into Virgo right behind Venus there on October the 17th. And then, of course, Scorpio season begins on October the 23rd. So I think that's all I was going to just quickly go over with all of you. But again, check out all my videos below in the description box. Again, those eclipse videos you can find there if you're curious about Pluto moving through Aquarius, or Saturn moving through Pisces, or any of the outer planets moving through these specific signs right now. You can check out all that below in the description box. So we are going to get started here, starting with Aries. Okay, so Aries, let's talk about where I think your focus is going to be for the month of October. So focus is going to continue to be on your relationships for sure, lighting up your 7th house of Libra there. So, and actually this is where, you're going to have your very first eclipse in Libra. Now, Aries, I don't mean to sound like a broken record. I think you're going to continue to hear me say this over and over and over again. You and Libra are the stars of the show for the next 18 months because the nodes have moved into your signs beginning on, it was middle of July that this happened. So we had our first eclipse in Aries in April. Now we're having our first eclipse in Libra, which is across from you. So that's your 7th house of partnerships. Now, when I say partnerships, I don't always mean love. Everybody always automatically goes to love, but it's love. It could be business. It could also be our long-term, very close friendships as well. It also represents contracts, agreements, negotiations as well. So something in this area of life, Aries, is going to eventually get let go. It might not happen right away. Again, this is an 18-month cycle approximately. So you have a long ways to go, Aries. And again, though, you're going to start feeling this energy for sure this month. I think all of us will. Now, the other focus this month for you is in your 8th house. So that is your house of shared resources, shared property. It also represents fear, power, control. This is sort of where we break down and we are reborn again, so to speak. So this is a very heavy, transformational, deep, intense house. So that's going to be the focus for you this month, Aries, is those two houses. And the 8th house is very, it's pretty deep, intense, and it is heavy. So, but it's there for us to do the work to transform. So when we reach the 9th house, we can take that energy higher, so to speak. Now, Venus was in an extremely long stay there in your 5th house of Leo. So this is a rather fun house, Aries, for you. So I think you're one of the signs, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I mean, this is a very fun, jovial, light-hearted house. It covers children, it covers romance, dating. It's your creative projects, creative expression. It's, going on holidays and just overall having fun, indulgence, pleasure. Gambling is also covered in this house as well. So Venus now is moving into your busy, busy, busy 6th house. So Venus wants to be of service here. Venus wants to get to work. Venus wants to just start moving forward with those things that you haven't quite tackled yet in the last 3 to 4 months. Now, if you own a business, Aries, this is a really good time to actually attract people to you. Like Venus attracts wherever she goes. So you should be able to find the right people to work for you, especially if you're looking to find women. I'm not trying to discriminate here, but I mean, technically Venus represents the female, where Mars is the male type of energy. Okay. So you should be able to find really fantastic people to work for you this month if you own a business, or if you're a manager or leader, or you're trying to attract talent into the company that you work for. Venus here too smooths things over. So this also rules the workplace, co-workers. So things should go a little bit better, Aries, for the next 4 weeks or so, as Venus is transiting this house. Now, this also covers off pets. This also covers off your health as well. Mind you, Venus in the 6th house, you actually might crave sweets a little bit more, Aries. So that's definitely natural if suddenly you start craving sweets at the beginning of October, or cakes, cookies, pumpkin pie, things like that. So you're gonna, yeah, that's a possibility when Venus is definitely transiting through the 6th house of health as well. But if you have any health ailments, Aries, the nice thing is Venus in here will help with your health matters, conditions, whatever the case may be. Okay, now Mars is going into that heavy 8th house as well. So we talked about that. That's going to ramp up that energy. That's going to bring more intensity to that sign. Mars is super strong in the sign of Scorpio. So, and again, it's a fixed sign. So stubborn energy might amp up a little bit. And on top of it, Aries, you are ruled by Mars. So Mars takes about 6 weeks or so to move through each and every sign. So your motivation, your passion, your energy, your drive could really shift every 6 weeks. If you're ever wondering about that, the moon also definitely rules our emotions, but you're ruled by a personal planet that moves quite quickly in the sky. So you might actually feel more powerful or more in control during this time. You actually might feel more intense and more like you want to get to the bottom of things if you do work in investigative work or detective work or anything like that, even in the medical field or surgeries or anything like that. I think the energy is definitely going to ramp up for you, but also keep in mind it's going to ramp up the heavy, intense energy of this house. Again, not a bad thing, but just a heads up in case suddenly you find middle of October, the intensity of your life kind of shifts and pivots, and you're kind of like, oh, where did that come from? That's why. It's all this energy in that Scorpio house. And again, your ruler is extremely strong in this sign. So I think you're going to have a very productive month, Aries. Now, sorry, I skipped over there the Taurus eclipse, the final eclipse in Taurus. So there's that new moon in Libra, you know, middle of October. At the end of October, we have our final eclipse in Taurus. So again, this is a story that's been playing out for the last 18 months approximately. So this is a closing out of something to do with your finances, Aries. So, and again, it also reflects on that shared resources house, that 8th house, that heavy Scorpio house. So something to do with shared resources, property, finances, inheritance. This could also be investments, money, day-to-day work. Also your values could come into play here, material possessions. So a chapter is closing out here, Aries. This might have already happened. For some of you, this might have already happened because this is our final one in Taurus, the Taurus Scorpio axis for another 9 years. So this is it, closing out of a chapter, and then now the next 18 months is going to be focused on you personally, professionally, your home life, your relationships. All of that is going to be sort of shook up, brought up, changed in some way, shape, or form in the next 18 months. And I will be here to talk about it every single month. So do be prepared, Aries. Anything can happen with these eclipses, again, especially when they're happening in your sign personally, and you would have gotten a taste of this in April. Okay, that was just the beginning. And then now we have until 2025 basically with this energy. One last thing I want to mention is this T-square that's going on this month. We have Mars, your ruler, conjunct that south node in Libra. And of course, Mars is then going to be opposing the north node in your sign and making a T-square there up to Pluto in your career sector. So this is, again, an ongoing tension with the nodes in Pluto that's been happening, I think, since July timeframe, July-August timeframe. So this is, again, a breaking point. This is something that's going to make you move, Aries. And again, this could be something to do with you, your physical self, your body, your personality, maybe your attitude towards life or how you present yourself in the world. This could be your relationships. This could be, again, love, business, work, or it could be a long-term friendship as well. This could have something to do with your career. This could have something to do with a parent, a father or a mother, or an authority figure in your life. This could have something to do with a boss. Or this could come out in your home life, home, family, foundation, your roots, ancestry, or again, something to do with your parents. So keep that in mind, Aries. That is going to be happening actually very beginning of October. You might already started to feel this in September. One beautiful thing about this month is Venus is going to reactivate this incredible grand Earth trine. I talked about it last month, the Virgo new moon. That definitely highlighted a huge grand Earth trine for each and every one of us. Now, for you in particular, Aries, this is hitting your work houses. So work and money basically is going to be highlighted for you in a good way. This is a flowing triangle. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, that's the grand Earth trine here. And you have Jupiter, you have Uranus, you have that eclipse. Actually, Venus is going to be trining this eclipse on October the 28th, which is beautiful. And again, this trine goes up to Pluto up in your 10th house. So something at least is going to be flowing. So we have a mixed bag this month with these eclipses, this beautiful Earth trine, but we have a T-square with the nodes of fate, destiny, fortune, and Pluto. And your ruler, Aries, is going to be helping you cut away something that's not working in your life. This might happen sooner than later. Just because, you know, Mars is not going to hang out here forever with the South Node, but Mars separates whatever it touches, usually, besides the fact that Mars motivates, you know, us to move in a certain direction, gives us passion, drive, courage. But there's something here that needs to be cut loose, Aries, and this is a relationship, love, business, work, a friendship. This could be a contract that needs to go, an agreement that needs to be looked at, or, you know, tossed away altogether. Or this is something that needs to be renegotiated. So just keep that in mind, Aries. But all in all, I think it's going to be a wonderful month. Like I said, a mixed bag. I'm not going to sugarcoat it because the eclipses, it's expect the unexpected, Aries. It's just, you don't know what you're going to get with eclipses. And it really depends on your personal birth chart and what you are watching for right now. But anyway, I wish you a fantastic October, Aries, and we'll see you back here next month. Bye for now. Okay, Taurus. All right, Taurus, let's talk about where I think your focus is going to be this month. So we have Libra and Scorpio lit up in your chart. So that's your 6th house, 7th house. So Taurus, that's your busy day-to-day house. This is habits, health, routines, diet, nutrition. It's even your pets as well. This covers off pets. And then the focus is going to shift then into your relationships as well. So that is really close friendships. That could be love. That could be work or in business. This could also highlight contracts, agreements, negotiations, things like that. This is also the marriage house, Taurus, as well. So that, I think, you know, is going to be your focus for this month. So definitely a busy month for you, Taurus. Plus on top of that, we're going to layer in there the eclipses. So as I mentioned, check out my eclipse video below if you want to learn more about this new eclipse cycle in Aries and Libra, what that means for you. But, you know, in a nutshell, you know, we have our very first Libra eclipse, and this is a new moon, and this is happening in that really busy day-to-day house for you, Taurus. So you're going to have a lot of changes in the coming 18 months. It's not going to all come down the pipe this month, but you're going to have a lot of change over the next 18 months when it comes to your day-to-day habits, routines, your health, maybe even something to do with a pet that needs to be addressed. Or, you know, if you don't have pets right now, I'm going to go out on a limb and say, Taurus, you're going to get some new pets in your household is a very, it's a possibility. It's a possibility. What else here could be covered? Oh, and work. Yeah, the workplace, if I didn't already mention that. You know, your work might change. The workplace might change. Coworkers might change. That could be a possibility as well. So this is just the starting, Taurus. This is just the start. We had an Aries eclipse in April, but now, and that was in your hidden 12th house, but I mean, now we're going to be, this is more of an eclipse in a very busy, open, day-to-day action oriented type of house for you. So this one you might feel more, this one you might notice a little bit more versus the eclipses in your house of Aries, which is more of a hidden private house for you. Now, really exciting news too at the end of October is we have a full moon in Taurus, and it's the final eclipse in your axis. So the past 18 months, Taurus, you and Scorpio have been the stars of the show. And I've no doubt you've gone through a ton of change, whether that's in the workplace, whether that's in changing jobs, whether that's moving, or big moves. You could have done moves locally or internationally, whatever the case may be. But I have no doubt, Taurus, this might have affected your home life in one way or another. Your relationships could have shuffled, pivoted. So again, this is friendships, long-term friendships, business partnerships, contracts, agreements, negotiations, marriages. Something here might have shifted and pivoted for you for sure the last 18 months. So, or you personally, physically, I forgot about that. Also, this would have affected your physical body, your physical being, especially if you have an ascendant in Taurus. If it's the sun in Taurus, that's more geared towards maybe changes with the father or parental figures in your life, or career for sure, work, career, whatever your purpose is, whatever you put out there in the world as well. And your vitality could have been affected as well, which definitely touches on health, nutrition, diet, things like that. So this is exciting for you, Taurus. This is a closing of a chapter. As I mentioned, this is it. The nodes will not touch your sign for another 9 years now. So now the nodes of fate are going to be focusing on your 12th house, that hidden private house, the subconscious house, and then focusing on your busy day-to-day life. Now, Venus had an extremely long stay there in your 4th house of Leo. So again, tons of maybe introspection when it came to the home front, or family, or parents, or whoever you call family, whoever's living under your roof at this time, Taurus. So now she's finally moving into Virgo, which is going to be making trines to your planets, placements, points, whatever you're watching for right now. So this is incredible energy for you. A lot, I'm going to say probably easier for you, because in Leo there, that's making a square aspect to your Taurus placement. So Venus is definitely going to be supporting you more in the next 4 weeks. And being of service is definitely going to be amped up a little bit more during this transit through Virgo. This is a really fun house though, Taurus. This represents your children. This represents romance and dating. If you are single, you have the possibility of meeting someone this month, especially if, again, depending on what you're watching for, but the possibilities are there absolutely for romance, dating to start. If you're looking to start a family, this is a really sweet time as well. Well, plus you got Jupiter that could literally physically expand you from a pregnancy perspective. So just keep that in mind, Taurus. I'm not saying everybody's going to get pregnant. That's not what I'm saying, but I'm just saying that the possibility is there. And of course, depends on your personal birth chart as well. But yeah, Venus in here is a very sweet, beautiful aspect. Creative projects, creative hobbies, anything you want to do to express yourself, whatever sort of things you enjoy doing. Pleasure is amped up in this house as well. And this is your ruler, Taurus, as well. So you should be getting, if there's been any delays or anything like that, you should start getting more traction now in October, because Venus is finally out of shadow and she can actually start moving forward for you. Also for work, if there's been any delays with work, your day-to-day habits, routines, health, anything like that, things should start getting traction as well, because Venus rules your 6th house as well. So things should start picking up for you in this area of life, Taurus. Again, I think October is going to be a pretty busy month for each and every one of us. Okay, so what else here? Now, Mars is moving into Scorpio. This is, again, that relationship sector, Taurus. So Mars is incredible. Mars motivates us, gives us passion, drive, things like that, fires us up. If we didn't have Mars in our lives, we'd all be pretty much armchair astronauts, I'm going to say. So Mars is moving away from your busy 6th house into that 7th house. So Mars is definitely going to help put that focus on relationships. And what do relationships mean to you? If there's any relationships that you need to get rid of, Taurus, I'm going to go out on a limb and say do that now. Do that this month. Especially with Mars conjunct the South Node in Libra in the sign of relationships. Something might actually escalate quite quickly here. Taurus, you could be severing ties with a relationship. So this could be a work relationship, a work contract, agreement, negotiation, a business colleague. If you own a business, Taurus, you could be cleaning house, so to speak. You could be getting rid of people that are not working in your company, that are not a good fit. You might get the motivation to cut people loose this month if you own a business, or if you're a manager, or if you're a leader. What else here? Now, I'm not saying if you're in a relationship, you're going to sever ties with them. You should kind of have an understanding of, okay, who's not here for the right reasons, who's not in my life that's not lifting me up, so to speak. Now it is making, there's a T-square happening at the beginning of the month here between Mars and that South Node, and making an opposition to the North Node in Aries, and up to Pluto there in your 9th house. So I'm thinking something to do with paperwork, Taurus. Something to do with paperwork, citizenship, immigration. This could have some sort of tie to international matters, or international travel, long distance traveling as well. This definitely, as I mentioned, could have something to do with a relationship, love, business, or a friendship as well. What else here could that be? This could also be something to do with educational pursuits or educational matters or teaching. This is also the house of religion as well. Or this could be expressed in your day-to-day community, your neighborhood, your siblings, your cousins, your neighbors, your relatives. Like, this energy has a variety of different ways it could express itself because it's a T-square. So what I'm looking at is Aries, Libra, Capricorn, and Cancer. Those are sort of the axes where this T-square could express itself and expel the energy. Because when we have a tension, like a square, like this here, something's got to give, and it's going to make you move. So squares do make us move, but something's got to give in one of these areas. And with Mars in the mix, Mars severs. Mars gets rid of things. So Mars is a double-edged sword for sure. Now, I'm not trying to instill fear. I'm just trying to give you a heads up as to what could be coming down the pipe for you in October. And again, we're in wild card energy anyway with the eclipses. It's sort of like expect the unexpected. It reminds me of Uranus energy. You can't control Uranus. You can't predict what Uranus is going to do. And you can't really predict what eclipses are going to do. You can throw out general predictions. That's what I'm doing here. But you really don't know, even if I had your chart in front of me. It's difficult to actualize this energy sometimes. Sometimes it's obvious and sometimes it's not, especially when you're dealing with eclipse energy. Now, the beautiful thing is, though, throughout this month, throughout the next 4 weeks, Taurus, Venus is going to be activating this grand Earth trine. I talked about it last month with the Virgo new moon. So this is going to continue this month, this beautiful grand Earth energy. So we got Jupiter, Uranus in your sign. Venus is also going to be trining this eclipse in your sign at the end of October. And Venus is also going to be trining up to Pluto there in your 9th house. So that's the blessing of this month. That's very supportive, beautiful energy. So that is definitely something that we can lean on as well. But all in all, Taurus, I think you're going to have a wonderful month. I wish you all the best, and we will talk to you next month. Okay, Gemini. Okay, Gemini, let's talk about where I think your focus is going to be this month. So your Libra house and your Scorpio house is definitely lit up this month. So the 5th house is very fun, loving, lighthearted. It's a pleasure house. It's romance. It's dating. It also covers off children, creativity, self-expression, Gemini. So that's going to be a house of focus this month. Plus you have an eclipse in there as well. And then the other half of October, the focus is going to turn to your busy day-to-day habits, routines, health. Pets are also in this house as well. You know, it is a very busy, busy house for you, Gemini. So this time of year when the sun transits this house, it's definitely going to amp up the energy in this house. Plus Mercury is there, your ruler. So that's going to amp up the energy, and Mars is in there as well, putting more oomph to this Scorpio house as well. Now, the eclipses, I have a separate video for the Taurus, the Aries, Libra eclipses. I also have a video for the Taurus, Scorpio eclipses as well. So if you want to check out more information on what that means for you personally, depending on what you're watching for, check those videos out below in the description box, and you can learn more about what the eclipse energy for the next 18 months means for you specifically. So we had our first Aries eclipse up in your 11th house in April. Now we have our very first Libra eclipse down in your 5th house. So again, children, creativity, self-expression. This is romance, dating as well. This is a really fun, lighthearted house, Gemini. And these eclipses are technically trining your planets, placements, points, whatever it is that you're watching for from a Gemini perspective. So I'm not saying the eclipses are going to take it easy on you, but I'm just saying the energy is more flowing to you versus, say, having eclipses that would square your energy. For example, Virgo squares you, or Sagittarius opposes you. That's a little bit more challenging energy. So anyway, like I mentioned, I'm not going to dive deep into the eclipses in this video. Check out that longer video that I created if you want to learn a little bit more. Now, Venus had her very long stay in Leo, and this lit up your 3rd house for a really long time. And technically, Gemini, you rule the 3rd house. So this is communication. This is the mindset. This is conscious thinking. This is how you communicate. This is your community, the people that you live around with, so neighbors. This is also relatives and siblings and extended family members. This is also short distance trips, like travel within your own community or your own city, town, or place of living. So, Venus had a very long stay here. Now she's finally moving into your 4th house of home, family, foundation. So the nice thing here, Gemini, is Venus should smooth over this area of life for you. However, she is making squares to your Gemini placements. Now, squares from Venus, though, and Jupiter for that matter, are not bad. They can just be kind of indulgent energies that you don't really want to do a lot. You want to just like be in vacation mode and kick back and relax, and that's okay. Maybe you need that right now after having Venus in your 3rd house for the last 3 to 4 months. Maybe you need to relax. Maybe you need to kick back. Maybe you need to indulge in pleasure and fun a little bit, Gemini. So again, take what resonates, leave the rest, however this is playing out in your life. But Venus is going to definitely put the focus on, okay, how can I be of service to my family, to my parents, mom, dad, parental authority figures in your life. This could also have something to do with ancestry, your roots, where you came from, where you grew up, your personal home environment. That's also going to bring attention. Venus is going to bring your attention to this area of life for the next 4 weeks or so. And then I mentioned Mars. Yeah, Mars is going to go into your busy 6th house. So again, this is going to ramp up your motivation, your passion, your drive, something to do with your routines, your day-to-day habits. This also covers off your diet, your health, your nutrition. Really good time to cut out things that are not working for you, that are not healthy for the body. Mars is going to help you do that. Mars is going to help you maybe get into an active routine as well. And Mars is a double-edged sword. So Mars can cut out things that are not working for you. So Mars can also make you a little bit more irritable when it comes to, well, 6th house, this is work, this is coworkers. If you have people that work for you, Gemini, if you're a business owner or a manager or a leader, this could create conflict in the workplace. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but just be mindful of it. People might be more on edge. People might be a little bit more sharper in their communications, a little bit more sharper with their emails. Maybe the intention that's not the intention, but that could be an undertone that you're picking up or something along those lines. I'm just throwing out examples here, Gemini. And again, I'm not saying you're going to have conflict in the workplace, but with Mars here, that is just a possibility is what I'm saying. And on top of it, you have the Sun in here, Mercury in here. Mercury in Scorpio is going to sharpen people's tongues, if you know what I mean. You know, you're going to find the communication in the workplace might get a little bit more deep, intense, obsessive, compulsive, direct, to the point. So you catch my drift here, Gemini. So just be mindful of it. Nothing to be scared of. Just be mindful of the energy. Now, we do have, what am I trying to say here? A T-square. There we go. We do have quite an intense T-square happening this month. Speaking of Mars, we have Mars in the South Node there in your 5th house, opposing the North Node up in your 11th house of friendships, groups, associations that you belong to, and also your role that you play in these groups. And making a square to Pluto up in Capricorn there. So Gemini, something's got to give here. Mars is going to help cut away something that's not working. This could be a creative project. This could be something to do with your children. I'm not saying a child is going to get cut away from your life, but maybe something that they're doing that's not healthy or that's not good for, I don't know, the family or the situation or a habit, routine. Something's got to end. Again, I'm just throwing out examples, Gemini. I'm not saying this is going to happen. But Mars, again, cuts away what's no longer working. And especially with that South Node there, something's got to go anyway in this area of life for you, Gemini. So Mars is going to help you do that. This could be expressed, though, something to do with shared resources, shared finances, shared property with somebody else. This could also be something to do with debt, taxes, loans, agreements. This is a heavy house of fear, power, and control that's got to be cut away for your highest good. Again, Pluto is stripping you to your core. Gemini, when it comes to 8th house matters, you know, Pluto's just asking you to be authentic in this heavy transformational house. This could also be expressed through your personal finances, through work, through day-to-day work, however it is that you earn a living. This could also have something to do with your self-worth as well. Or even something to do with your material possessions. Maybe a material possession has to go, Gemini. So I'm just throwing out possibilities because in a T-square, it's got to come out in 4 corners, basically. So this is your Libra house, the Aries house, the Capricorn house, or the Cancer house, where it might express itself. This could even have something to do with a parent or authority figures or parental figures in your life, maybe even a boss. So lots of possibilities here, Gemini. And again, I'm not trying to scare you. It's just a possibility that could be coming down the pipe. This should happen beginning of October. You might already feel this energy in September. So again, take what resonates, leave the rest. The last thing I want to mention is a beautiful grand Earth trine that's being reactivated. Last month, I talked about an incredible new moon in Virgo. Now we have Venus transiting Virgo, reactivating Pluto in Capricorn and Jupiter and Uranus in your 12th house. That's more of a hidden private house. So this is beautiful energy, Gemini. So this is flowing, harmonious blessings that are coming in. Now, you do have a lot of energy in that 12th house, and the 12th house sometimes is not tangible, like it's not right in front of your face, but it's the subconscious. It's deep psychological matters. This could be spirituality as well. So, you know, especially with Jupiter and Uranus in here, Gemini, be very open to synchronicity, signs and symbols that the universe sends to you, even repeating numbers. Be open to all that kind of stuff, because you're going to, you know, see a lot of this over the next few years, until Jupiter and Uranus pop into your sign, which is going to be electric. It's going to be just incredible for all the Geminis out there, but I'm getting ahead of myself here. 12th house is also endings, closures, your literal dreams. So keep a dream journal. Your dreams, I have no doubt, have been incredibly active, vivid the last few years, especially with Uranus in there, Gemini. So if you're into that, or journaling or anything like that, put this kind of stuff on paper, because you could be getting crazy and incredible downloads, like just off the charts downloads. And then again, this is the subconscious mind, any sort of psychological matters that are bubbling up at this time. You're going to be working through them. And there's an eclipse cycle here that is going to be closing out for you. We have the final eclipse in Taurus on October the 28th. And this is it. The eclipse cycle is done in this area of your life. So this is your 12th house, your 6th house, for the next 9 years. So, but you still have a lot of energy in your 12th house there with Jupiter and Uranus. So I'm just saying the eclipses are closing out. They're moving on to a new area of your life. And then, of course, the focus now is going to be on the Libra Aries axis, where the universe wants you to work on some things, polish some things, let go of things that are no longer working, so you can welcome in new friendships, groups, associations, memberships that you belong to, and also new hopes, new wishes, new dreams, new goals. You know, reach for the stars here, Gemini. And again, you're getting some wicked downloads, and just wait until Uranus and Jupiter are in your sign. That's going to be just, like I said, phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. I'm so excited about that for not only the Geminis, the Aquarians, the Libras, but the planet as a whole. It's going to be just absolutely incredible. But anyway, I'm getting way ahead of myself here. So Gemini, I think you're going to have a wonderful month. Like I said, hit or miss energy here with those eclipses, because you just don't know what you're going to get, but at least the Libra eclipse is making a trine to your energy. And then the eclipse in Taurus is a very hidden part of your chart. So it's hard to say if you're going to see something manifest. This could be just subconscious, like an internal shift. So you may or may not realize it. But all in all, I think you're going to have a wonderful October, Gemini. So we'll see you back here next month. Okay, so Cancer. All right, let's talk about Cancer, where I think your focus is going to be this month. So the Libra house and your Scorpio house is going to be lit up this month. So home, family, foundation, that's going to be priority this month. A continuation from September for sure. And your 5th house of fun, pleasure, romance, dating. This also covers off children, creativity, self-expression, hobbies, and also pleasure, gambling, just having a good time, Cancer, just having a good time. So that is going to be your focus this month. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, eclipse season's here. I'm not going to crazy talk about it in this video. I dedicated an entire video of the brand new Aries Libra eclipses for the next 18 months. So go check that out if you are interested. But yes, we're getting a taste of this new cycle again this month. We had, well, we had our first Aries eclipse back in April, and that would have hit your 10th house of career, reputation, your status. Maybe even something to do with a father figure in your life or authority figure in your life. Now we have our first eclipse in Libra, and this is a new moon. So Cancer, I have no doubt you're going to be moving. You're going to be moving the next 18 months or so. Maybe some of you have already moved, but if your IC goes right through Libra, I almost guarantee to the point you are going to be relocating. Even if it's just down the street, you are going to be relocating, Cancer, especially if your IC is in Libra, and if your MC is in Aries, you're definitely going to be changing careers. You're definitely going to be shuffling, getting a new boss, getting a new leader. Something's going to be shuffling at your company. Maybe something to do with your parents. That's going to be maybe coming down the pipe over the next 18 months. Again, this is 18 months. This isn't stuff that's going to happen this month. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But this is a process. This is a cycle that's going to slowly unfold over the next 18 months. Now, the other eclipse cycle that is closing out is the Taurus Scorpio eclipse cycle. So this is up in your 11th house of friendships, groups, associations that you belong to, your role in these groups as well. This is your hopes, your wishes, your dreams as well. So Cancer, something here is closing out. There's a cycle closing out, wrapping up in this area of your life. And it could also have something to do with your children, your creative expression, hobbies, romance, dating, or as I mentioned, something to do with those friendship circles. But this is closing out. We're not going to see this cycle return for another 9 years. So yeah, this is it. This is the finale. And then we're moving into a brand new cycle this month. Now, Venus spent an extremely long time in your finance sector, Cancer. So, 3 to 4 months she spent in this sector reworking something when it comes to your work, when it comes to your material possessions, your finances, how you earn money or how you make money. She's now moving into your communication sector. So the nice thing about Venus is wherever she goes, she sort of smooths things over. So she can also make us a little bit overindulgent as well, just like Jupiter. So Venus should smooth over, communications, your relationships with siblings, if you have any, relationships with neighbors, relationships with the community that you belong to. This is a really nice, beautiful, sweet aspect. If you're actually looking for love, Cancer, you could meet someone in your immediate environment, maybe a neighbor or through a relative or through a sibling, cousin, something like that. That is a possibility if you are looking for love. But otherwise, yeah, very beautiful transit through here. You're going to have this energy for the next 4 weeks or so as Venus transits through your 3rd house of Virgo. Now, Mars hopping into Scorpio, this is trining your planets, placements, points, Cancer, whatever it is that you're watching for. So it's going to just amp up that house of, again, romance, dating, self-expression, something to do with your children. So Mars is a double-edged sword, so there could be some irritation or some things that come up out in the open when it comes to family or your kids, for example. This might touch on your career. This might have something to do with your career as well, or a boss or an authority figure in your life or a parent. That's a possibility as well. But Mars is going to amp up your energy for sure over the next 6 weeks or so, because he will be also trining your whatever you're watching for right now in Cancer. He's going to be trining your Cancer placements, which it's going to infuse you with more passionate energy to move forward and motivate you to do something. Okay, and then what else here? We have a T-square happening at the beginning of October here. So this is between Mars and the South Node there down in your 4th house, opposing the North Node up in Aries in your 10th house of career, and T-squaring it with Pluto there in your 7th house. So Cancer, something's got to give here. And these are in your big, heavy hitter houses. So Mars is going to sever something. Mars is going to cut something loose when it comes to family, when it comes to your home, place of living, foundation, your environment, the atmosphere, whatever it is you call home. Something's got to go. Mars is going to be slicing and dicing, cutting away something that's not working for you, because it's also with that South Node. Now, with that said, though, this could also have something to do with your career. This could have something to do with your boss. This could have something to do with, again, a father figure, a mother figure, or a parental figure or an authority figure in your life. This could also be expressed through a partner. This could be a love partner. This could be a business partner. This could be a work situation. This could be a contract. This could be an agreement. This could be a friendship. Yeah, there could be a lot of possibilities here, Cancer. Or this could be expressed through you because you're at the opposite sign of Capricorn. So this could have something to do with yourself. This could have something to do with your physical body, your physical structure. This could have something to do with your personality or how you enter the world, how you present yourself to the world, how the world sees you. So as you can see, this is hitting some very important structures of your life. So Cancer, this could come out in multiple different ways. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm not trying to doom and gloom you. This is like a meant to be aspect. You know, the Mars transits the entire zodiac wheel every 2 years or so. So this transit does come around every 2 years, but the next time this comes around, the South Node might be in Virgo versus Libra. So Mars is doing his job. He's just coming along, helping you cut something away that's not working for you. Now, the nice thing about this month is we have a beautiful grand Earth trine being reactivated here. I talked about it last month. We have a Virgo new moon in September there. And then this is reactivating that beautiful grand Earth trine. So we have Venus down in your third house, Jupiter, Uranus, and that eclipse happening up in your 11th house, and then Pluto in your 7th house of relationships. So at least something is going to be flowing here from a communication standpoint, from a relationship standpoint, all types of relationships. So, you know, business, love, friendships, something's going to be flowing here harmoniously. This could be something to do with your friendship circles or new friends or old friends, your role in these friendship circles. So this is beautiful flowing energy, Cancer. So that's one thing I'm focusing on this month as a positive thing. And Venus is going to continue to transit through Virgo, also making sextiles to your energy. So giving you opportunities in multiple areas of your life, because again, this is sextiling your first house. So again, this could touch work, this could touch relationships, this could touch your, let me think here, your home life as well, your community that you live within. Again, siblings, cousins, neighbors. This is beautiful, beautiful energy for you, Cancer. So all in all, I think the month of October, things are going to start moving forward again. But with those eclipses in there, it's a wild card energy. We don't really know what we're going to get until the month is pretty much over. But keep in mind, this eclipse energy ripples out about 6 months from now as well. So have a wonderful October, Cancer, and we'll see you back here next month. All right, Leo. Okay, Leo. Let's talk about where I think your focus is going to be this month. So your third house, your fourth house is being lit up. So Libra and Scorpio is being lit up this month. So communications, transportation, short distance traveling around your immediate area or environment, siblings, cousins, neighbors, relatives are also highlighted here as well. This is the mindset. And on top of it, we have our first eclipse in here as well. Then the energy is going to shift to home, family, foundation, your mom, or a female authority figure in your life. This could also be dad as well. Parents in general are represented by the 10th and 4th axis. So they could be coming in strong, or the focus for the month of October as well. Now, I'm not going to dive deep into the eclipses, Leo, because I already cover that in my Aries Libra eclipse videos. So check them out below if you are interested in learning more about what the eclipses mean for you in the coming up, well, the next 18 months, Aries and Libra, and what that means for you specifically. But all in all, yeah, your communication sector is going to be highlighted here. Traveling, international matters, citizenship, paperwork, the law, legal matters. This is also the teaching access. This is the education access. So all of this is also publishing, religion, philosophy. Technically, the ninth house is like the house of the gods. It's a Jupiter ruled house. So yeah, Leo, be prepared to expand your mind over the next 18 months or so, or maybe step into the shoes of you are no longer the student, you are now the professor, you are now the teacher, you are now the old wise one, I don't know. So Leo, yeah, I think you're going to have a very exciting, liberating 18 months ahead with these eclipses in your third house and ninth house, respectively. So Venus, my goodness, Venus was in your house for a really long time, Leo. How did that make you feel? How did that go for you? You know, you should start seeing more traction in your life personally as she moves on to your second house of material possessions, resources, finances, work, how you earn money, how you make money, your values. So she's going to kind of, her fog is going to be sort of lifted. She's going to be at a shadow period and she'll be able to hit the ground running. The only thing is she doesn't function well in Virgo. She's not quite comfortable in Virgo. She's definitely more comfortable in Taurus and Libra, her ruling signs. But all in all, she's moving forward, and that's the point, Leo. So take those lessons that you've learned over the last 3 to 4 months, incorporate them however this affected you, because being in the first house, this really could have affected or touched any area of your life. It could have been you, your physical body, your, you know, any major life cycle, technically. This could be how you presented yourself to the world. This might have affected your career. Actually, I have no doubt it affected your career because your career is ruled by Taurus. So you should get more traction when it comes to work and career. You should see more things happening, more good things happening as she moves forward here. So incorporate those, Leo, all the lessons that you've learned. This might have even been expressed through siblings, cousins, neighbors, your community that you belong to, short distance traveling, your home life, your professional life, as I mentioned, and even your relationships. So Leo, definitely, I don't think it was an easy 3 to 4 months to go through, but again, there's a purpose there. There's an 8-year cycle that is continuing to unfold here for us. So the nice thing is Venus here also in your second house should smooth over financial matters. She should help your financial situation. So, or at least gain some traction in this area of life for you as well. Now, Mars moving into Scorpio, this is again, one of your houses that are going to be packed with the sun in there, the Mercury moving in there. So Mars might cause some aggravation here in the home life. Just keep that in mind. Tempers might flare, anger might flare. Even if it's not expressed appropriately, it could come out in ways like passive aggressive ways. I'm just saying it's a possibility, Leo. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it's a possibility because Mars is fantastic. Like if you need to do renovations, if you need to do anything, any work around the home, take advantage of this energy for the next 6 weeks. Mars is going to help you get your hands dirty, Leo, and just get stuff done. Painting, blowing out walls, replacing windows, whatever it is that you got to do around your property. Do it now because Mars is going to give you the motivation to do so. But I'm just saying Mars is a double-edged sword. So Mars could create, especially with Mercury in there, language could get a little bit more sharp, direct, to the point. Obsessive, compulsive behaviors could come out. And also, yeah, arguments, like just tension in the household. So just keep that in mind. Also watch out for things breaking down in the household, like glasses breaking, or I don't want to say pipes, but I just heard pipes. So maybe pipes breaking is a possibility. I'm not saying it's going to happen, Leo, but I personally have had this transit where Mars has actually broken glass in my home, like just very freakish ways. Nobody got hurt. But when that happened, I actually said thank you to the universe, because that means there was built up tension in my home and it expressed itself. It had to release the energy somehow. So I was actually very grateful that it just broke a glass, you know, because what's a glass? So that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about, is just there might be some pent up tension in the home and it needs to be expressed. The energy needs to move out of the home in some way, shape, or form, if that makes any sense, Leo. So just something to keep at the back of your mind. Again, I'm not trying to doom and gloom here. It is what it is. So that's the beauty of Mars moving through the 4th house. Let's see here. Now, speaking of Mars, there is a T-square happening here at the beginning of October. This is an interesting one. This one, we have Mars conjunct the South Node, opposing the North Node, and making a T-square to Pluto there, Leo. So this is a square. This is a tension aspect. Again, I was just talking about energy releasing. Something's got to go here. Mars is going to help you sever something here in your 3rd house that is not working. So this could be something to do with your mindset. This could be something to do with traveling. This could be something to do with paperwork, international matters. This could be something to do with a neighbor, your communication, or sorry, the community that you belong to. Could be your communication as well, the mindset, anything that's conscious. Siblings, cousins, neighbors. Something that's just not working for you needs to be cut away, Leo, rather quickly. Mars is going to help you do that. So, but it could be expressed in other ways. This could be expressed in the workplace. Maybe you got coworkers that are leaving the workplace. Maybe there's changes in the workplace. That could be a possibility as well. Something to do with a pet maybe needs to be addressed, or you need to pay attention to. Maybe a medical matter or a health matter regarding a pet, or maybe just start paying attention to your pets, giving your pets more love. You know, possibility. Something to do with your health, Leo. Something to do with your day-to-day habits, routines, diet, nutrition. That's a possibility as well. Or this could be a private matter behind closed doors. This could be subconscious. This could be something to do with the home. This could be a falling out of something. Like I said, it something to do with your something to do with the hidden secretive house. This could be closures, endings, anything that's hidden, like skeletons in the closet, things like that. I'm not saying, I'm just giving you possibilities here, Leo. I'm not saying all this stuff is going to happen. But when we have a T-square, it's got to be expressed. Again, that energy needs to be released. So I'm just looking at the 4 houses here that are affected, which is Aries, Libra, Capricorn, and Cancer, is really those axes that it needs to be expressed. The energy needs to move in one or more areas of your life here. Now, the thing I love about this month is this reactivation of the grand Earth trine. I talked about it last month. We had a Virgo new moon activating Jupiter, Uranus, and Pluto in a positive way. Venus now is going to reactivate that energy. I love this for you, Leo, because it is activating your money houses. It's activating your work houses. It's activating your career, reputation, public status. Something also to do with maybe mom, dad, authority figures in your life, bosses. This could also be expressed something to do with the home, family, foundation. This could also be something to do with, again, your health, habits, routines in a good way, in a good, positive way, Leo. So that's what I love about this grand Earth trine for you, because this is touching literally the material physical realm for you. So something should come to fruition this month in a good, positive way, Leo, seeing traction on something, seeing something come to light, even if it's a new job or a new income source, things like that, or a breakthrough when it comes to a health matter or a habit that you've been trying to tackle for the last 4 months, or something to do with a pet. Maybe you've been trying to get a pet for the last few months, and maybe this is, okay, I finally get the pet that I want, or something like that. Welcoming in new furry friends into your home, or whatever the case may be. But whatever it is, it's positive, Leo. This is very positive. So I love this for you this month. All in all, I think this is going to be a good month, but with the eclipses, it's always expect the unexpected, Leo. So I do have to put that out there. But regardless, we should start seeing some forward momentum finally this month. So enjoy October, Leo, and we'll see you back here next month. Okay, so we have Virgo. Virgo. Let's talk about where I think your focus is going to be this month, Virgo. So I do think the focus is going to be on you with Venus in your first house. You're going to be like a magnet, Virgo. You're going to attract. If you're looking for love, Virgo, take advantage of this energy for the next 4 months, because you are a great attractor. I'm just going to put it out there. And this person actually might be international. They might be from a different culture, different background, somebody that you wouldn't normally go after or look at, whatever the case may be. You might be attracting that into your life at this time. Again, if you're interested, if you're single and looking to mingle, Virgo. Otherwise, I also think the focus is going to be on, well, where the sun is moving. So Libra and Scorpio. So you're going to continue to be focused on money, resources, finance, work, and communication, siblings, cousins, neighbors, the community that you live in. Short distance travel might start picking up for you as well. Like short trips, things like that around the town or city that you belong to. And communication might amp up big time. So text messages, phone calls, emails, things like that. Way more communication coming in, just general busyness. And Mars is in there as well. So Mars is really going to amp up your communication sector, your mindset, even how you communicate might become more direct, blunt, to the point, very deep, intense. You're not going to want surface level conversations during the next month or so. Well, Mars is going to be in here for the next 6 weeks. So yeah, these 2 houses for you, Virgo, definitely lit up, definitely the focus. And the beautiful thing is you have Venus in your first house for the next 4 weeks or so. So you're also going to be focused on yourself, taking care of yourself. This is the physical body, and also pampering yourself. And this actually could be expressed in multiple different areas of your life as well, because anything that is happening in the first house can also touch your career, your public reputation, your status, your standing, your home life, your family, people that you lived with, and also your relationships as well. Okay, eclipses. Yeah, my goodness, can't forget about those eclipses, Virgo. So they are amping up this month. I'm not going to dive into a lot of detail because I cover off a lot of information in my eclipse videos of the Aries Libra axis that's starting, well, that started technically in April. The nodes of the moon moved into this axis in July. We had our first Aries eclipse in April. We have our first Libra eclipse this month, and then we're closing out at the same time, we're closing out the Taurus Scorpio eclipse cycle. So October is such a pivotal month of, I have no doubt most of us are going to get a lot of traction this month, because finally Mercury and Venus are out of shadow, moving forward. Yes, all the outer planets are retrograde, except Pluto there goes direct October the 10th, but we're going to get some traction. I have no doubt about it. And for you, Virgo, you're going to get more traction in your work, your money, your resources, material possessions, and also something to do with long distance traveling, citizenship, immigration, paperwork, legal matters, teaching, higher education, training, things like that are going to start moving forward for you at this time. So, let's see here. So like I said, check out those videos below if you want to learn more about the eclipses, but we are going to get a taste of what is to come for the next 18 months. Now, this month we have a T-square happening with Mars conjunct the South Node in your second house, opposing the North Node up in your 8th house. So these eclipses, Virgo, are hitting your financial axes for the next 18 months. So do keep that in mind. And it's making a T-square there to Pluto in your 5th house. So Mars cuts away what is no longer working for us. Mars helps to sever, like cut things away. So for you, Virgo, this could quite simply be getting rid of a material possession that's no longer working for you, getting rid of a property that no longer works for you, getting rid of maybe an income source is going to be changing pretty soon here. So whatever it is, Mars is going to sever it, cut it off, because it's not working. This is with the South Node. So this is something that you have to let go of, Virgo. It's sort of inevitable. And I'm not here to doom and gloom. I'm here to prepare people for these eclipses as best as possible. Now, the good news is at the North Node in Aries, this is a new opportunity for a shared resource or shared income to come into your life as well. So it could be expressed in a financial way. And then with Pluto there, it could be expressed something to do with your creative projects on the go or your creative self-expression. That this could have something to do with children as well. Or tied to your kids or children in some way, shape, or form. This could also be something to do with romance, dating. This is a pleasure house. You know, the 5th house is actually really fun and lighthearted. But with Pluto in there, as you already know, Virgo, it brings some intensity to this what should be a very lighthearted, fun, jovial type of house. Now, this energy could also be expressed in something to do with friendships, groups, associations that you associate with, or your role with these groups, friendships, associations are going to be changing in some way, shape, or form. So just keep that in mind. I'm just giving you some examples, Virgo, to work with or think about. Again, take what resonates, leave the rest. Now, the beautiful thing about this month is not only Venus being in your first sign, but Venus is going to be trining Pluto in that 5th house again, and Jupiter and Uranus and this eclipse in Taurus up in your 9th house. So the nice thing is you should have flowing energy in at least one or more areas of your life, because again, this is coming from your 1st house. So as I mentioned earlier, something to do with immigration, paperwork, legal matters, traveling, long distance traveling, something to do with international matters, higher education, teaching. I keep hearing law. Okay, I get it. I keep hearing law. Yeah, I get it. This is the house of the gods, Virgo. So you have a lot of energy up there. This is a really philosophical, religious house as well. So I love this trine to your 1st house. I absolutely love it. You could also be getting downloads at this time. And then trining Pluto in that 5th house. So again, something to do with children, something to do with your creative self-expression, a hobby, a passion, something that maybe you want to bring to light, or maybe attach a dollar value to it, start making some money off of it. Romance, dating could be covered here as well. You actually might meet somebody really powerful, for example, somebody really incredible, while Venus is transiting your first house, making those trine aspects to Pluto there. So I'm just giving you some possibilities here, Virgo. And then last but not least, yeah, the full moon in Taurus. The last eclipse is happening at the end of October. So this is closing out the cycle of eclipses that have been happening in that 9th house and your 3rd house of communication, the mindset, how you communicate, transportation, how you get around, your neighborhood, siblings, cousins, relatives, extended family members, all is covered in this house as well. Travel period, I have no doubt has changed for you, Virgo, or has changed your life in some way, shape, or form. So that chapter is now closing. And we're not going to see these eclipses in this axis for another 9 years approximately. So when one chapter closes, another one is opening up, and this time it's going to start transforming and changing your finances for the better, Virgo. So I wish you a wonderful October. I think it is going to be a good month, but again, it's a wild card energy, right? With the eclipses, it's like expect the unexpected. So don't expect a bad month, and don't expect a crazy good lottery win October. I mean, unless it's happening in your chart, then that is beautiful. But, you know, this month could be a mixed bag. But again, take this energy higher. That's what I always do. These eclipses are working for us, not against us. So have a wonderful October, Virgo, and we'll see you back here next month. Okay, Libra. Libra, before I forget, happy birthday. If you're celebrating this month, I want to wish you a fantastic year ahead. And I have no doubt you are going to have a very exciting 18 months ahead. Why do I say that? Because you got the South Node transiting your sign for the next 18 months. And you're going to hear me say this. I'm sorry. I'm going to apologize over and over and over again. I do this to Aries too. You and Aries are the stars of the show for the next 18 months, so get used to it. Get used to it. You and Aries are going to be completely transformed by the end of this. Well, I shouldn't say transformed, but like lots of change is going to be happening for you personally, professionally, your home life, your relationships. Lots of change is coming down the pipe for you, Libra. So what a birthday year to start off with. So let's talk about where the concentrated energy is going to be for you specifically for the month of October. So obviously the focus is going to be on you, yourself, your body, how you carry yourself in the world, how you present yourself to the world, how the world sees you, so to speak. This is tied to any and all major life cycles, basically. So that is going to be your focus this month. Yeah, I'm also hearing like an interesting message that because you are the sign of the we, of the relationship, I feel like for some Libras, the focus needs to turn on you. The focus needs to be me, not we. That's sort of what I'm hearing. So yes, I'm giving you permission to focus on yourself, Libra, if that makes sense. That's what I'm hearing extremely strongly right now, is focus on yourself. Give yourself permission to focus on yourself. Okay, so I'm just going to put that out there. Okay, and then the focus is also going to be on your money, your finances, your resources, your material possessions, and your work, day-to-day work, and how you earn a living or earn an income. So that is going to be your focus this month, Libra. And keep in mind, this could also be expressed, in your career, reputation, status out in the world. This could also affect your home life, home, family, foundation, and of course be expressed in your relationships. When I say relationships, I always mean love, business, or long-term friendships that you associate with. So Yeah, this could be a big month for you, Libra. I have no doubt with the changes that are coming down the pipe. I think that something is going to pivot this month for you. Something is going to happen in the tangible realm that's going to kick off and start something for you. I'm not saying for doom and gloom or bad. I'm just helping you to prepare with this eclipse energy. You just don't know what you're going to get, and it's starting this month. So get excited because there are some changes coming down the pipe for you. Now, speaking of eclipses, I'm not going to dive into every possibility here, Libra. If you want to check out my video below on the Libra Aries nodal cycle changes, I made a separate video about that. I dive into way more detail about the nodes and what that means for you specifically. So you can check that out below. Otherwise, we're closing out another cycle that's been happening for the last 18 months or so in your financial houses. So we're having our final full moon in Taurus eclipse at the end of October. So this is closing out a chapter when it comes to shared resources, shared property, shared finances. This could be taxes, debts, loans. This could be, this is a very powerful, heavy house. This also rules like fear, power, control, psychological matters, transformation. Very, very heavy house, Libra, that I have no doubt that you've experienced over the last 18 months. And something to do with material, your material possessions as well. Could have also affected your work, how you earn a living or your income stream or your, you know, what you own, things like that would have been impacted as well with these eclipses. But this cycle is closing out. We're not going to see this cycle in your financial houses for another approximately 8-9 years, Libra. So now the focus is going to be on you and your relationships, love, business, or friendships for that matter. Now, Venus is finally moving on from Leo. She was in your 11th house there for like 3-4 months. So definitely reworking something to do with your friendships, friendship circles, groups, memberships, associations that you belong to. And now she's finally moving forward in your hidden 12th house. This is a quieter transit, Libra. Some of you might not even notice this, but this is your house of spirituality. This is your, you know, literal hidden house. This has to do with closures, endings. This is the subconscious mind. This is also your literal dreams, Libra. So the nice thing I like about Venus moving through the 12th house is your dreams should improve, and also subconscious matters. You start talking to yourself in a better way, if that makes sense. Like the mind chatter is more positive versus not so positive, not so dark. Also with Venus moving through the 12th house, you could start a secret relationship at this time. Possibility. I mean, Venus is your ruling planet, so you should be seeing more traction in multiple areas of your life. So one of them is finances, because your 8th house is ruled by Taurus. So financial matters, shared resources, property, inheritance, again, taxes, debts, loans. If you've been waiting for a mortgage approval or a loan approval, you should start seeing that move forward this month for sure. Or you should at least hear back from people, or when you follow up with people, they should have some good news for you as well. So Mars, I touched on a little bit here. Mars moving from your sign into Scorpio. Now, Mars is an interesting beast because Mars gives us action, motivation, passion, drive, but Mars is also like a sword. He severs, he cuts away things that aren't working. So being in the 2nd house, Libra, watch out for spending, overspending. You might have the urge, the obsession to like spend a whole bunch of money. I know that usually happens to me when Mars moves through my 2nd house too. And it's like, wow, what did I just blow my money on? So I'm just saying it's a possibility, Libra. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's a possibility. You might burn through cash really, really quickly. Or you might have the urge to, because you also have the sun there and Mercury there as well. Mars might also cut away material possessions that aren't working for you. So if you want to get rid of things that are no longer needed in the household, yeah, excellent time to sell them, get rid of them, and then yeah, pocket the cash basically, which is nice. Let's see here. Okay, I want to talk about this T-square. Speaking of Mars, so before Mars pops into Scorpio, Mars is going to be in a T-square with the South Node in your sign, opposing the North Node in Aries in your relationship sector, and then Pluto down in your 4th house, a home family foundation. Now, Libra, because this tension aspect is hitting the big angles of your chart, be prepared for anything. Again, Mars severs, right? In this case, Mars with the South Node, Mars is going to cut something out of your life for your highest good. So this is good. You might not think it's good at the beginning because something might happen rather quickly, but regardless, it's for your highest good and evolution. It's part of your journey, part of your path. So this could be expressed in a relationship, love, business, or a friendship. A contract could end at this time, or something needs to be negotiated at this time. This could have something to do with marriage. This could have something to do with home, family, foundation, where you're living, or your living situation, or your living environment. Or this could be expressed in your career. So something to do with work, a boss, an authority figure. This could also have something to do with a parental figure in your life, a mom or a dad or a boss, or some sort of senior leadership or somebody in senior leadership. So as you can see, Libra, this could be expressed in multiple different ways. I'm just giving you examples. I don't have your chart in front of you, or in front of me, so I can't tell you exactly what's going to happen, but I can give you a general idea of what could be coming down the pipe for you. And this is beginning of October. So you will feel this, if not already in September, definitely in October. And something's got to go here. Something's got to move along in order for you to welcome in something new into your life. Beautiful thing about this month, we have the grand Earth trine being reactivated. Last month of September, we had Virgo, the Virgo new moon. So Venus moving through Virgo in your hidden 12th is also activating a really nice trine down to Pluto in your home family foundation zone, and also up in your 8th house of shared resources with Jupiter and Uranus, and this Taurus eclipse at the end of the month as well. So this is the beautiful energy that's coming in for you, Libra, that's going to support you from a financial perspective, from a relationship perspective, home life perspective, again, shared resources, property, finances. If you get any sort of money from the government, like baby checks or bonus checks or alimony checks, or maybe you're getting a big tax refund. This is a flowing, harmonious, blessing type of energy coming in. And I love this because Venus is going to be making these aspects all month long for the next 4 weeks. So, and then, yeah, when Venus pops into your sign, Libra, it's full on. You're going to be a huge beauty magnet. This is your ruling planet, and she's going to attract all this abundance, beauty, pleasure, relationships, whatever you want into your life. She's going to be attracting that into your life for you, Libra. So anyway, I think October is going to be a great month. Expect the unexpected. That's what I've been saying to all the signs, because with the eclipses, they're pretty hard to predict. It's like Uranus. You don't really know what they're going to do, what they're going to bring into your life. And again, it depends on your personal chart and how this is hitting your personal chart. And if you have any planets, placements, points at the exact degrees of these eclipses. So have a wonderful month, Libra, and we'll see you back here next month. All right, Scorpio. So Scorpio, before I forget, happy birthday. I want to wish you a fantastic year ahead, full of blessings and surprises, and you can celebrate that finally the eclipse cycle is closing out. You're not going to see this eclipse cycle for another 9 years, Scorpio. So celebrate that. So a happy birthday present indeed for all the Scorpios and all the Tauruses out there. I know it's not their birthday, but they're affected by this energy too because they oppose your sign. So Scorpio, let's talk about where your focus is going to be this month. It's going to continue to be hidden. So it's going to, whenever the 12th house is lit up, sometimes the energy is quiet because it's like we're ramping up for our own personal season. So Scorpio, if you've been kind of sleepy and tired and not wanting to do a lot, that's okay. That's okay. Give your permission to sleep in. Give yourself permission to take a sick day, take a mental health day, whatever you want to call it, and just do you, Scorpio. Like, continue to pamper yourself, continue to take care of yourself. That's what you do when all this heavy energy is in your 12th house. But that's going to change when the sun, Mercury, Mars, oh my God, is all popping into your first house. So Scorpio, I feel like you're going to be like, I just saw a light bulb turn on right in front of my face here. I saw a big light bulb kind of like light up, explode. So you will get your juju back, your groove back, whatever you want to call it, Scorpio. So that's going to start October 23rd is when your season officially kicks off. Now, yes, it's also eclipse season, so expect the unexpected this month. However, I'm not going to dive into a lot of details about the eclipses. If you're curious, go check out my eclipse video below, Aries Libra access or Aries Libra eclipses. Check that out if you want more information on how this new eclipse cycle is going to affect you personally, and in your case professionally, because it is going to be, you're going to be welcoming in something new when it comes to possibly even your work life. So Scorpio, what else here? So we had our first eclipse in Aries in April. And then we're having our very first eclipse in Libra on October the 14th. This is happening in a hidden part of your chart though, Scorpio. So, you know, you may or may not notice this. It really depends on if this is affecting you or other planets or points or angles in your chart. You're really going to notice those Aries eclipses. I have no doubt about it. But this Libra one is more subconscious. It's in the quieter area of your chart. This rules spirituality. This rules hospitals, prisons. Think of anything that's like secluded, like hidden away from the public eye. That's what this house rules. This is also the house of closures, endings, also the subconscious mind, if I already didn't mention that, and also dreams. You could actually have some really interesting dreams over the next 18 months because I think you are really going to be working through a lot of subconscious stuff over the next 18 months, Scorpio. This is a long eclipse cycle, right? So you're just going to get a taste of this energy right now. Now, the cycle that's closing out, the cycle that involves Taurus and yourself, this happened in your relationship sector. So I have no doubt, Scorpio, your relationships have shifted the last 18 months. Now, remember, when I say relationships, it's love, business, or friendships. It could be either one. So, I mean, maybe relationships fell to the wayside. Again, this could be in love, business, or a friendship that just wasn't working anymore in your life. So all this stuff would have fell away, and or something to do with your career, your home life, or you physically. This could be something to do with your physical body, how you present yourself in the world. Maybe your status changed. You went from being married to single, or from single to being married. Who knows? But you get my drift here. Like, this would have affected possibly multiple areas of your life, because when eclipses hit us personally in our first house, especially if you're watching for Scorpio rising, this can touch multiple areas of your life, just not just one. If you're a Scorpio sun, this would have definitely changed or affected your career in some way, shape, or form, or relationship with a parent or a father figure or an authority figure in your life, or a boss in some way, shape, or form. So as I mentioned, if you want to check out more information about these eclipses, check out that link below. Okay, what else do we got here? So Venus, let's talk about Venus. So she had a crazy long stay in your 10th house of career, public reputation, your status, and this would have squared your energy, Scorpio. So I have no doubt this might have been challenging for you over the last 3 to 4 months. It is Venus though, so hard to say. Venus is not a malefic. She's a very beneficial blessing type of planet. But still, squares can definitely indicate some tension, something that's got to give or go. Now, she's moving forward into your 11th house of groups, memberships, associations that you belong to, your friendship circles, and also the role that you play in these groups, circles, whatever you want to call it, that you belong to. This is also your house of hopes, wishes, dreams. If you're single, you could find somebody in your immediate friendship circle, or if you join a new group or membership or something like that this month, you actually might find love. You might bump into somebody and start chatting them up or something like that. But anyway, possibilities are endless with Venus in here. If you're interested, you could find love definitely close by, or through, again, other friends or memberships or associations that you affiliate yourself with. So Venus should smooth over also this area of life for you. So if you've had any disagreements or setbacks with friendships or friendship circles, or your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, Venus is going to come into here and bless this area of life for you. She's going to smooth things over. She's going to sweeten up the pot, so to speak. So that all in all is a blessing to have Venus transiting your 11th house. This is also, I think, a lucky house for you too, Scorpio. So all in all, you should be getting more traction in your life too when it comes to relationships in general, just relationships in general. So love, business, work, contracts, agreements, negotiations should be more positive, and or definitely be moving forward this month as well. Now, your ruler is popping into your sign this month. So like I mentioned, this is just going to amp up your energy. You're going to be more focused. You're going to be more, I just heard obsessive compulsive. Sure. Let's throw that in there. You're definitely, especially with Mercury in there, you're not going to want surface level conversations. You're going to want deep, intense conversations with people. So you're going to notice your language is even going to change by, well, when Mercury moves into Scorpio closer to the end of the month for sure. You're going to be more direct, blunt, to the point. You might become quite sharp in the way you communicate as well. And I mean, you might have a sharp tongue on you. You might get impatient. You might just watch how you use your words, Scorpio. I don't mean that disrespectfully. It's just, this is also for all of us with Mercury moving in there as well. But this is your sign and this is your ruler. So you are going to come off as very intense, very powerful, very amped up, very like passionate, driven, wanting to move forward. So be aware of your energy. Like be aware of, I'm feeling like your aura, like you're going to have a very strong aura over the next 6 weeks with Mars moving into your personal sign. And depending on what you're watching for, Mars is really going to invigorate these planets or points or placements that you could be watching for right now. Watch out for bumps, bruises, accidents, things like that. With Mars in the first house, we could get, cuts, bruises, things like that on our hands, body. Watch out for slips, trips, falls, because Mars can, again, make us want to go so fast we're not really paying attention to the ground beneath us, or that sharp corner, or those sharp scissors. Scorpio, so watch out for that kind of stuff as well over the next 6 weeks or so. Okay, and speaking of Mars, we have a T-square happening this month, Scorpio. So this, though, again, is touching on that hidden 12th house. So we have Mars joining hands with the South Node in Libra. So this is letting go of something. This is severing something. That's what Mars does. It severs things. This is opposing your North Node there in Aries, in that busy, busy, busy 6th house of day-to-day habits, routines, health, something to do with your pets, diet, nutrition, exercise, things like that. So it could be expressed in this, and also work. If I didn't mention work, it could also be expressed in the workplace, your work environment, co-workers as well. And then it's down in your communication house. So going back to having a sharp tongue, intense communication, mindset. This could have something to do with transportation, how you get around, traveling, whether it's short or long distance, your community, siblings, cousins, neighbors, relatives, extended family members, or this could be extended out to something to do with paperwork, legal matters. It's really strange. Like I'm also hearing like relationships, like the 9th house, something to do with legal matters. So I don't know if this is like divorce settlement or divorce paperwork coming through. It's really weird. I'm getting a very clear message of that. But anyway, the 9th house is also higher education, teaching, long distance traveling. So I'm just saying the energy needs to be expressed when we're dealing with squares, and especially a T-square. So in particular for you, Scorpio, we're looking at that hidden 12th house. The 6th house of busy, busy day-to-day work, habits, health, routines, pets, or your communication access, or traveling access, or again, paperwork. For you, I'm picking up very strong legal matters. So maybe it needs to be expressed in that area of your life. But regardless, Scorpio, something's got to give here. Mars is going to help you cut away something sooner than later, to get rid of it so you can move on to other things, or just move on with your life, so to speak. The beautiful thing happening this month is a grand Earth trine. I talked about it last month with the Virgo new moon. This time Venus is activating this grand Earth trine. So again, this touches on your 11th house of friendship circles, groups, memberships you belong to, your role in these groups, also your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, and down to Pluto in your communication sector, the mindset, how you communicate. Also, again, a big house, your community, your neighborhood, siblings, cousins, neighbors, relatives, extended family members is also touched upon here as well. And up to Taurus there in your 7th house of relationships. Jupiter and Uranus are in here. So this could be, again, love, business, or friendships as well. So this is a blessing. This is beautiful, harmonious, flowing energy for you, Scorpio. So this is good news. All in all, I think October is going to be a good month. I think we're going to see some forward momentum, regardless of all those retrogrades of the big heavy hitters in the sky, except Pluto going direct this month. But all in all, we're going to get some traction in multiple areas of our life, Scorpio, but the only wild card here is those eclipses, because we don't really technically know exactly to the point how they are going to resonate with us. So have a wonderful October, and we'll see you back here next month. All right, Sagittarius. So let's talk about where I think the focus for you is going to be this month. So definitely groups, friends, associations, memberships, clubs that you belong to, and your role in that is definitely in focus this month. And then things are actually going to start quieting down before your season amps up their Sag. So if by the middle of October to the end of October, you start getting sleepy, you start slowing down, you need a timeout, you need more rest, take it, do it. That's the whole purpose of the 12th house. Sometimes we slow down right before our own season begins, and that's when we're going to get our groove back. That's when we're going to get our energy back. So just be mindful of that. But you might be focused on more hidden things, wrapping things up, what's happening behind closed doors, endings, closures. This is the subconscious mind. This is spirituality as well. This is dreams as well. You might have some pretty wicked active dreams with Mars in the 12th house as well. Also, Mars in the 12th house, actually, that's a double-edged sword, because sometimes Mars in the 12th house can keep you up at night, because Mars is very active and Mars just wants to go, 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 go. And Mars is at home in Scorpio. So Mars might keep you up at night, Sag. So, and this is happening for the next 6 weeks or so. So it will be interesting. You might have some days where you're really sleepy, drowsy, and then other days you're like ramped up, amped up, ready to go. And that's because of that Mars energy. And Mercury is going to be moving into your hidden 12th house as well, Sagittarius. So that, I think, is going to be your focus for the next month. And of course, once your season comes around, like I said, you're going to get more alive, energy pumped up for your season, ready to go, ready to start a new cycle, ready to start a new birthday cycle. Now, the eclipses, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because I made a separate video about the Sagittarius. So if you're curious about how the new nodal cycle is going to affect you, this is the Aries and Libra parts of our charts. You can check out the link below to see more, to understand how this is going to possibly affect you personally based on, depending on what you're watching for right now, if you have any planets, points, angles in Sagittarius. So we did have a eclipse in Aries back in April, so this would have lit up your fun, jovial house of children, creativity, self-expression. This is also romance and dating. This is a really fun, light-hearted house for you, Sagittarius. So this new eclipse cycle is definitely going to ask you to welcome in something new in this area of your life. A very simple example would be a new hobby, a new creative project that you maybe can sell as a side hustle. That's a possibility. Another very obvious one here is children, Sagittarius. So you could be expanding your family at this time, or thinking about it, or starting a new family, or like I said, expanding your family in some way, shape, or form in the next 18 months or so. Now, we have our first solar eclipse in Libra. This is a new moon in that 11th house of friendships, groups, associations, your role in these groups and with your friends and things like that. Do they continue to support you? Do they continue to lift you up, Sagittarius? That's sort of going to be coming under the microscope over the next 18 months, is these friendship circles that you belong to. It's really strange. I just heard golfing. So I don't know, maybe some of you belong to a golf club, like a golfing association or membership or something like that. And that needs to come up to the surface to be reassessed in some way, shape, or form. Because again, this is the South Node. So something needs to be cut away in this area of your life, Sagittarius. This could also be hopes, wishes, dreams, goals for the future that are not working for you anymore. That could be a possibility as well. Again, all of these things are going to be coming up for some introspection, and something's got to go in this area of life, your Libra house, in order to welcome in something new where Aries is in your chart. Now, Venus just finished up her extremely long stay in Leo. Now, she would have been trining your planets, placements, points in Sagittarius. So you might have been one of the signs that actually this retrograde may have benefited from. You along with Aries as well, because this energy is more harmonious flowing to your sign. But regardless, she's starting to move forward now, and she's moving into your 10th house. So she's going to sweeten the pot, Sagittarius, when it comes to your career, your public reputation, your status in the world, relationships with bosses, authority figures in your life, also father figures or mother figures, parents in general. Your relationship with these people should be getting better at this time. Also, I just lost my thought there. That's so weird. Anyway, one thing that popped into my head was that she is making squares to your planets, placements, points in this area of life, Sagittarius. So keep that in mind. It's just going to make you move. Something to do with making you move. Now I know what I was going to say before it left my brain. You could find love at work, Sagittarius. So if you are single, you could meet somebody in the workplace at this time. It's a possibility. She's going to be there for the next 4 weeks or so. And Venus attracts. So if you're looking for a new job, if you're looking for a new income source, this is a possibility with Venus moving through the 10th house. You're also going to look very attractive, Sagittarius, I think, from a professional lens, that's for sure. So yeah, possibilities are there with finding love in the workplace, or something to do with maybe even meeting somebody in a professional group, association setting, if that makes sense. Like you could find love in social circles, in friendship circles that you belong to. That's also a possibility as well. So that is Venus. I touched on Mars. Yeah, Mars is definitely going to be bubbling up things from a subconscious psychological standpoint, Sagittarius. Some of you might notice this, some of you might not, because it is a hidden part of your chart. But just know if randomly you start thinking about all these things, maybe from the past, or something angers you really quickly, that could be Mars just kind of like, you know, poking you a little bit there. So nothing to fear. It is what it is. Mars is going to be in here, like I said, for about 6 weeks. So the thing I would suggest is try to move that energy out of your body, Sagittarius. If you start feeling irritable or out of sorts or out of place, move the energy. Get out and exercise, or write, journal, meditate. Actually, you know, just try to hone the energy and get it out of you somehow, even if it is like writing, for example. But yeah, move the energy out of the body. Don't keep that stored up in the body for too long. Now, I do have to talk about this T-square happening with Mars and the South Node in Libra there, opposing the North Node in Aries. And the T-square is happening in your 2nd house of finances, where Pluto is sitting right now. So, Sagittarius, something's got to give here. This is going to make you move. Mars is going to help sever ties with something that's not working for you anymore. I already mentioned, you know, you do have to let something go in this 11th house at some point in the next 18 months. Mars might accelerate this process when it comes to groups, memberships, associations that you belong to, or this could quite simply mean a goal that you need to just let go of, or a hope, a wish, a dream that you just need to cut ties with or modify in some way. This could also be expressed with letting go of a material possession, letting go of an income stream. That could be a possibility as well. Or this could be something to do with children, somehow tied in with your immediate family or children. Again, could be a financial situation there as well, or a creative project, or romance, dating, things like that could be coming to the surface. Again, something needs to go here. This is a tension aspect, or it could be expressed with a shared partner. So shared resources, shared property, I don't know, checks coming in from the government, taxes, debts, loans, deep intimacy could be coming up at this time too. I'm just giving you possibilities here, Sagittarius. I'm not saying all these things are going to happen at once, but this is a T-square. So it needs to be expressed in either your financial access, or it needs to be expressed with something to do with your relationships, your friendships, groups that you belong to, hopes, wishes, dreams, creative projects, creativity, children, self-expression, romantic endeavors, things like that. That's where this energy is going to be sort of pent up, and something's got to be released from this area of your life. Beautiful thing about this month is we have a grand earth trine. So I love this. Last month we had a Virgo new moon that lit up this grand trine like a Christmas tree. Okay, so we have Venus up in your 10th house of career, public reputation, and status, trining Pluto down in your financial house, and making a trine to the eclipse in Taurus, the final one, Jupiter and Uranus as well. So I love this for you, Sagittarius, because this is lighting up your money houses, your financial houses, your investment houses, material possessions. This is also anything to do with your day-to-day habits, routines, health, pets, work, people that work for you, colleagues, co-workers, your environment, work environment. And again, Venus up in that 10th house, blessing you and your career, your status, reputation. This could even have something to do with your parents, mom, dad, or authority figures in your life, Sagittarius. So I love this for you. Like I said, this is a flowing, harmonious energy. So that is what I love for you about the month of October. And Venus is going to continue to bless these areas all month long as she transits through Virgo. So all in all, Sagittarius, I think October is going to be a nice month. I think we're going to get some traction in multiple areas of our life, regardless of all those big planets in the sky being retrograde, except Pluto. He is turning direct this month, but we are going to get some traction in multiple areas of life. I think it's going to be positive. The only wild card here is those eclipses, because you don't really know what's going to happen with these eclipses, okay? So I'm just here to warn. I'm not here to instill fear. And again, take what resonates and leave the rest. So I hope you have a wonderful October, Sagittarius, and we'll see you back here next month. All right, Capricorn. So Capricorn, what is your focus going to be this month? Well, it's going to continue to be career, Capricorn, especially with that south node there. Yeah, the eclipses hitting your 10th house and 4th house. Yeah, you're in for a lot of change for the next 18 months here. So your focus is definitely going to be on your status, your reputation. It could be parents too. You might be focused on mom or dad or parents or parental figures in your life during this time. And then the energy, your focus will shift into your 11th house, where you got eventually Mars is going to move in there, the Sun and Mercury. So this is all about friendships, groups, associations, memberships that you belong to, also your role in these groups and friendship circles that you are part of as well. So that is going to be the focus for you this month, Capricorn. Now, I'm not going to intensely dive into the eclipse energy. I made a separate video of the Aries, Libra, eclipses for the next 18 months. Check that out down below to see if you're curious to find out more about what these eclipses are going to be doing in your 4th and 10th houses. But I can tell you this, if you have your IC down in Aries and your MC through Libra, I guarantee you're going to be going through job changes, career changes. A boss might leave. A new boss might be coming in. There's going to be, you know, upper level changes in your company where you work. Or again, it could be you leaving the organization and moving on to something new. Now, this is also going to affect your home life. So you're going to either move. Actually, if your IC is in Aries, I'd be shocked if you don't move. You know, I really think you're going to be moving within the next 18 months, especially if your IC runs through Aries. So moving is on the table. Home, family, foundation, there's going to be changes there. Also, there's going to be changes with regards to your parents. So mom, dad, authority figures in your life, parental units in your life, whoever you call your parents, or authority figures in your life, like I mentioned, that's going to change. That is definitely going to be changing in your life, Capricorn. Now, speaking of the eclipses, we're closing out the eclipse cycle in Taurus and Scorpio. So we have the final eclipse in Taurus at the end of October. This is closing out. We're not going to see this cycle again, Capricorn, for another 9 years. So this happened in your 5th house and your 11th house. Again, friendships, groups, associations, hopes, wishes, dreams, and your 5th house of children, creativity, hobbies, passion projects, self-expression. This is also romance and dating for you, Capricorn, as well. So this cycle is wrapping up. This is the finale. This is it. And then we're officially moving into a whole new area of your chart. Like I mentioned, the focus is going to be on 4th house, 10th house matters for the next 18 months or so. Now, Venus was in your 8th house for a crazy amount of time, Capricorn, crazy. The blessing here is she's finally moving out of Leo. She's moving into your 9th house, but not only that, you're going to get more traction in your career. If things have been frustrating or stagnant on the career side, you should start see things picking up for you in October. Moving forward, if you're trying to look for another job or if you've been trying to get another job, you should see some traction this month. And also things to do with your children, your family, also creative projects, self-expression, hobbies, passion projects, romance, dating, that should also move forward for you as well at this time because Venus rules your 5th house and your 10th house. So again, based on whole sign house system I'm going by, take what resonates and leave the rest. So you should get more traction in at least 2 areas of your life, Capricorn, technically 4 areas of your life with Mercury moving forward. So you're also going to get, again, more traction in your Gemini ruled house of day-to-day habits, health, routine, work, pets, and also the 9th house of Virgo. So long distance travel, citizenship, immigration, any legal matter, anything to do with international pursuits, publishing, teaching, higher education, religion. This is like the house of the gods, Capricorn. So you're going to be getting some traction in multiple areas of your life this month. So that is good news for not only you, but for all of us as well. And also Venus like smooths things over and sort of like sweetens the pot for us in this area of life. Actually, Capricorn, if you're looking for love, you might find international love at this time. That is a, hey, that's a possibility. Absolutely. With Venus there transiting your 9th house for the next 4 weeks, but she'll smooth over travel, you know, long distance travel matters. Again, citizenship, immigration, paperwork, legal matters should go in your favor or at least go better than they have been for the last, say, 3 to 4 months. So things should start moving forward in a more sweet way, so to speak. Now, Mars is moving away from your career sector into that 11th house. So this is bringing more intensity, as I mentioned, into that 11th house, bringing focus there. Now, Mars is a double-edged sword. Do keep that in mind. Mars can cause confrontation, conflict, anger, obsessive compulsion type of things. Watch out for passive aggressive behaviors, whether that's, I'm not really thinking it's going to be you. It could be your friends or your groups or your memberships, associations that you belong to. Something might be irritable or irritated there. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but the possibility is there, especially with Mercury moving in there. So communication is going to get tightened up. It's going to get more intense, deep, passionate, obsessive. Again, this is a fixed energy. People are going to be stubborn about their mindset or how they communicate, and communication is going to get a little bit more sharper. People are going to have sharp tongues, so to speak. So watch out for that in your people that you commune with. Again, this extends to memberships, groups, associations as well. So Mars is going to invigorate this house for you. Mars is going to maybe light you up with a long-term goal or passion that you want to invigorate or rework in some way, shape, or form. Or Mars could even help you to get moving on something, get moving on a goal, a passion, a project, get something moving. Maybe you'll be the leader of a group or a membership or something to get the train moving, get those wheels in motion this month, Capricorn. That could be a possibility as well. This energy is going to be with you for the next 6 weeks in this 11th house. So if you are looking to start something or be the initiator in some sort of humanitarian effort or group or something like that, this is the time to do it. Absolutely. You're going to have the guts, the motivation, the drive to just get at it and get her done, basically. Now, speaking of Mars, I got to talk about this T-square that's happening actually at the beginning of October here. So we're probably feeling this right away. This is happening in your 10th house of career. So Mars is going to conjunct the South Node and oppose the North Node in Aries down in your home, family, foundation, life. And it's making a T-square to Pluto, which is in your sign, Capricorn. So guess what? There's some big, heavy houses being impacted here. But I'm not here to scare. I'm not here to doom and gloom. Mars is simply here to sever something that's not working for you anymore. Now, this is up in your 10th house. So this could be your career. This could be the workplace. This could be a boss. This could be a project. Anything tied with your career is a possibility of something ending, something that needs to go for your highest good, Capricorn. This is about you. There could even maybe be a shuffling at your workplace. Maybe a boss is being let go, for example. Maybe a boss is out and you're in. That could be a possibility as well, Capricorn. Or it could be you saying, I'm effing out of here. See you later. Bye. That's a possibility as well with this energy. Now, if that doesn't resonate with you, this could have something to do with your parents. This could have something to do with your home, your living situation, people that you live with. Anything to do with home, family, foundation, your roots, your ancestry is a possibility. Or again, something to do with the physical home that you live in, home, apartment, condo, whatever it is. This could be expressed in how you present yourself in the world. Again, your status, your reputation, how you present yourself. This could affect your health, Capricorn. So I'm just going to put it out there. So do be careful, be cautious. Again, this is not going to resonate with everyone, but in particular, if you do have your ascendant or your sun at a late degree of Capricorn, even your moon, I'm just saying that could definitely affect your physical body, your vitality, like life and vitality is the sun, or the moon, which is again, our physical structure, our body, our emotional body, or it could be home and family. So I'm just giving you possibilities here, Capricorn. I'm not telling you your life is going to implode. I'm just giving you examples. I don't have your chart in front of you, so I cannot pinpoint it. All I can do is give you educated guesses based on a general chart that's in front of us right now. What else here? This could be expressed in relationships as well, Capricorn. So this tension aspect, something's got to give, move, pivot. This could be, again, a business relationship, a work relationship, a love relationship, or a close friendship. Contracts, agreements, negotiations is also in this house as well. This is also the house of marriage. So as you can see, Capricorn, like something's got to give here. And these are hitting big houses for you. I get it. But if anyone can handle it, it's you. I've said this over and over. Capricorn and Aries can handle difficult situations or crisis situations the best out of the entire zodiac. And that's no disrespect to the other signs. If you have other, if you have your ascendant or sun in another sign, whatever, it is what it is. That's how these signs are built. And unfortunately, Capricorn and Aries actually attract crises into their lives naturally, because that's part of your path. That's part of your momentum in this lifetime. If you have planets, points, placements in Capricorn and Aries, especially ascendant and sun people. So if anyone's built for these type of changes, Capricorn, it's you, and it's Aries, okay? So, and I'm a Capricorn rising, so I'm also speaking from experience, you guys. So, and if you're a Capricorn rising, you know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. Even Capricorn suns, you know what the hell I'm talking about. So, anyway, regardless, Capricorn, I think this is going to be a positive month forward. We finally get some bloody momentum moving forward, especially in the career sector. Now we have this incredible grand Earth trine that's being activated again this month that is going to touch on your Capricorn planets, points, placements. So Venus is going to bless you in some way, shape, or form, just like how Jupiter and Uranus is blessing you right now as well, because these energies are trining the Capricorn energies right now, including Pluto. So all month long, Venus is going to be activating this grand Earth trine. This happened middle of September. The new moon in Virgo activated this grand Earth trine. So we got Venus up in your 9th house of international matters, religion, study, long distance traveling, trining Pluto in your 1st house, and trining Jupiter and Uranus in that fun 5th house of pleasure, romance, dating, creativity, self-expression, children as well. So Capricorn, all in all, I think this is a nice month that we can finally get some traction. But keep in mind, it is eclipse season. It's eclipse, well, the whole month is just riddled with eclipse energy. So, it is what it is, Capricorn. It's hard to predict exactly how this is going to play out in your life, but whatever it is, I know you can handle it. Like I said, you're a sign that can definitely handle these energies. Take it, run with it, change your life, Capricorn. And just know the grand Earth trine that's going to be touching you personally is going to be supporting you along the way in October as well. So have a wonderful month, Capricorn, and we'll see you back here next month. All right, Aquarius. So Aquarius, let's talk about where your focus is going to be this month. So your 9th house and 10th house are lit up. So that's where the focus is going to be. We have Libra and Scorpio here. So focus is going to be international matters, putting yourself out there, publishing, getting out of your comfort zone. If any sign can do that, it's definitely Aquarius energy, okay? And this is long distance traveling. This is higher education, religion, teaching. This is you becoming the teacher, moving out of the student seat and moving into the guru teacher seat, Aquarius. This is also the house of the gods. So you could be getting some downloads at this time as well. Be open to them. Hey, you never know. You are starting eclipses in this house, Aquarius. So be open to the possibilities the next 18 months. You might be getting some incredible downloads, some incredible opportunities to maybe step into a new role that you couldn't even imagine, you know, like the possibilities here are pretty incredible, because these eclipses are also trining and sextiling your energy, Aquarius. So definitely keep an open mind. I have no doubt you will during the next 18 months where these eclipses are going to be lighting you up. So, but anyway, I'll back up here. So that is going to be your focus this month, is 9th house matters. And also your career, your public reputation, your status, your, it's so weird. I heard citizenship. Okay, that is a 9th house thing. So, you know, citizenship, immigration, paperwork, things like that are covered off in the 9th house as well. So, yeah, focus is going to be on career. Also, focus could be on mom and dad, mom or dad, or parental or authority figures in your life at this time as well. So that's where you are going to be lit up this month, Aquarius. Now, I'm not going to dive deep into the eclipses. I've already dedicated a separate video on specifically the Aries Libra axis. So go check that out. The link is in the description box below if you want to find out more about what this energy means for you for the next 18 months. Now, speaking of that, we're closing out the Taurus Scorpio eclipse cycle. This would have happened in your 10th house and 4th house energies, Aquarius. So career, public reputation, status, and also your family, home life, Aquarius. I have no doubt, especially if you have your IC in Taurus, that you would have moved, Aquarius, in the last 18 months. And if you haven't, that's okay. Because I mean, your IC could either be in Aries, so you could be up for moving in the next 18 months, or your IC is possibly in Gemini, where you might have moved in another cycle of eclipses when they hit Sagittarius and Gemini. So if you do have your midheaven through Scorpio, IC through Taurus, I've no doubt, Aquarius, you had changes in your career, shuffling in your career, maybe a boss left, maybe you stepped up into a leadership role. You definitely would have had some sort of changes in your 10th house. And 4th house, home, family, foundation, likely would have moved. Definitely, I'm going to say would have moved if you had your IC down in there. So this cycle is wrapping up for you, Aquarius. So this should be, you know, putting something to bed, so to speak. This is ending. This is a chapter closing. We're not going to see this cycle come back around for another 9 years. So whatever it is, you're closing it out this month, but guess what? There's a brand new cycle opening up for opportunity and change. And this is hitting your travel houses, long and short distance. This is the community that you belong to. This is siblings, cousins, neighbors, neighborhoods, the immediate environment that you associate yourself with. This is your communication, how you communicate. This is your mindset. This is anything that's conscious. And this is hitting that high house of religion, long distance traveling, learning, teaching, education, spirituality, religion. Like I said, this is that high house up in the heavens, Aquarius. So anyway, just be prepared for some more changes over the next 18 months. This cycle starts right now. Now, Venus was in your 7th house of relationships. This could be love, business, or friendships. This could have been something to do with contracts, agreements, negotiations over the last 3 to 4 months. So we are finally getting some traction this month, Aquarius, because she's finally moving out of your 7th house into your 8th house. And this is a money house for you. This is shared resources. This is your partner's income could increase at this time. whoever you're living with, whoever you're connected to, their income could go up during this transit with Venus in here for the next 4 weeks or so. The nice thing with Venus in here too, she can smooth over matters regarding debt, finances, taxes, loans. You could get a mortgage. If you're waiting on a mortgage or a loan, that could come through finally over the next 4 weeks. Also, you might start seeing some traction if you are trying to move, Aquarius. You might start seeing some traction starting this month in October. Positive movement forward when it comes to home, family, and foundation as well. You could also see positive movement forward with regards to legal matters or legal battles, or again, citizenship, immigration, paperwork, things like that. Long distance traveling is going to start flowing a lot easier for you this month. However, keep in mind that eclipse is in your 9th house as well. So hard to say exactly how this is going to play out in your life, Aquarius, because I don't have your chart in front of you. But regardless, Venus, we're going to get traction in the Venus ruled areas of our life. And for you, that's the 4th house of home, family, foundation, and your 9th house of teaching, religion, education, legal matters, long distance traveling, and also like citizenship, immigration, anything to do with international matters is beneficial here, and they should start moving forward. But just keep in mind, you have the South Node there. So that means something in this area of your life has got to go. You have to let it go in order to welcome in something new in your 3rd house of Aries there. Okay. So that is Venus. Let me see here. Mars. So Mars is going to ramp up your career sector here, Aries. If you're looking to change jobs, Mars might help you sever employment and get a new job. And Mars is going to be in here for 6 weeks helping you out with that, Aquarius. So take advantage of this energy. Be mindful though, Mars is a double-edged sword. And this is squaring your Aquarius planets, points, placements, whatever you're watching for right now, because Scorpio squares you. So keep in mind, irritation, aggravation, anger could be coming out. But being in Scorpio, though, the anger is more internalized, whereas in Aries, the anger is like expressed externally in your face. Scorpio, the anger is more internal. I just suggest if there is any anger or frustration with regards to your career, work, bosses, a father figure or a parental figure in your life, you got to move the energy out of your body, Aquarius. Don't let that fester. If somebody pisses you off in the workplace, try to express the anger in a healthy way. I know, easier said than done, right? But I'm just saying the energy is there for possibilities here. I'm just giving you examples and possibilities. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying the energy is possible with Mars moving through this sign, and Mars is crazy strong in Scorpio because Mars rules Scorpio and Aries, your 3rd house of communication. Now, I have to mention this T-square here. This is going to be happening at the beginning of October. So this is a tension aspect, Aquarius. So this aspect is going to make you move. And this is interesting because we got Mars with that South Node. That's a severing. That's a cutting ties with something in your life. Remember I talked about your 9th house? This is where this energy is starting. So Mars in here in Libra, before he moves on to Scorpio, is going to be helping you cut away something in the 9th house that is not working for you anymore. Again, this could be an international matter. This could be a legal matter. This could be something to do with citizenship, immigration, paperwork, legal matters. This could be something to do with education, training, a teacher, religion, spirituality, things like that could be severed or cut away at this time. Again, this is for your highest good, Aquarius, and technically this energy is trining you, but it depends on exactly if you have any planets, points, placements at the later degrees of Aquarius. You're going to feel this more say if you're an early born Aquarius. But regardless, you're going to be feeling this because this is no joke with Mars conjunct the South Node. This is an ending. This is some sort of cutting away, something that's not working. Now, this could be expressed, if that doesn't resonate with you, this could be expressed in something to do with a third house matter. So transportation, maybe a vehicle's got to go, finally breaks down, got to get rid of it, or a vehicle breaks down and you got to finally fix it, Aquarius. Maybe you have to change the way you move around, change your mode of transportation. Maybe this has something to do with a neighbor, your community that you live in, your surroundings. This might have something to do with a sibling. This might have something to do with a cousin, a relative, an extended family member. This could be communication. Watch your communication, Aquarius. That could be a possibility as well. Now, it's making a T-square up to Pluto in your hidden 12th house. So this is just highlighting an ending. This is a closure. This is, okay, done. You got to cut this away. Pluto is trying to strip down your subconscious mind to be your true, authentic selves, Aquarius. So this could also have something to do with spirituality. This could have something to do with skeletons in your closet that you got to sever, you got to cut away, you got to get rid of them. This could be something to do with the subconscious mind. How are you talking to yourself? Pluto's been in here for a very long time, so you're very familiar with this energy. Some of you might feel this, more than others because the 12th house, like I said, is a quieter house. Now, this could also be expressed in something to do with day-to-day work, day-to-day habits, routines. This could have something to do with your health. This could have something to do with a pet, diet, nutrition. So I'm not saying, Aquarius, all these things are going to come down the pipe and be horrible and bad and your life is going to implode. No, I'm just giving you examples. When we're talking about a T-square, you got to look at the 4 houses that are being impacted. So for you, like I mentioned, it's your Aries and Libra houses, your 3rd and 9th houses, your 12th and 6th houses. That's where the energy has to be expelled in some way. This energy's got to move. It's got to move somewhere. It can't just not happen. It can't just not stay there. So something is ending in one of these areas of life, Aquarius, but just keep in mind for your highest good, okay? For your highest good. The blessing here is Venus is reactivating this grand Earth trine all month long for the next, I'm going to say 4 weeks or so. So, and also if you have any planets, placements, points, Aquarius in Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, she's going to be blessing these areas of life for you. So again, this is making a trine to Pluto. This is making a trine down to Taurus in your home family foundation. Jupiter's there, Uranus is there, and it's even going to trine this full moon eclipse at the end of the month. So this is the blessing that could be coming in, Aquarius. This is something that's going to be supporting all of us all month long. Like I mentioned, this started in September with the Virgo full moon, Virgo new moon, sorry. And then this activated this beautiful Earth trine. And now Venus is coming along, blessing it again, invigorating it again. I love this. I totally love this for October. We definitely need this, especially with the eclipse energy, Aquarius. So regardless, I'm going to say October is going to be definitely an eventful month. It's definitely going to cause some movement, positive movement forward. The only wild card energy here is those eclipses, and you just don't know what you're going to get with eclipses, Aquarius. So I wish you a fantastic October, and we'll see you back here next month. Okay, Pisces. So Pisces, let's talk about where I think your focus is going to be for the month of October. So continued focus is going to be on shared resources, shared property, shared finances, debts, taxes, loans, inheritance, investments. This is a very powerful house. This is the house of also power, control, and possibly even fear. Okay, so very jam-packed house. So the focus is going to continue to be in this house. And to top it off, you got an eclipse here this month, Pisces. So focus is going to be on 8th house, 9th house. So when the energy moves into your 9th house, and this is flowing energy to your Pisces planets, points, placements. And yes, you got some heavy hitters in your house, Pisces. You got Saturn, you got Neptune. My God, you're going to be a transformed human by the time Saturn and Neptune get done with you, my friend. Oh my God. So, so exciting for Pisces. And you're probably wanting to stab my eyes out. Like, are you kidding me, Stacey? I got Saturn in my first house. I get it. I get it, Pisces. I'm ruled by Saturn. So yeah, good times, good times. But you know what? If you work with Saturn, trust me, Saturn is going to bless you in so many freaking ways, Pisces, when Saturn finally leaves your sign. So hang in there. But the focus, the nice thing is this month is these energies will be trining. The Sun, Mercury, Mars is going to be trining your Pisces planets, placements, points, including Saturn and including Neptune in some way, shape, or form. Okay, Pisces. So 9th house is long distance traveling, it's citizenship, immigration, it's paperwork, it's legal, all types of legal matters, it's the justice system, it's religion, it's the house of the gods. You could be getting some cool downloads at this time, especially with the Sun and Mercury in there. So be open to that, especially when the Sun makes those trines to Neptune. I think that's pretty incredible. So be open to the sign, symbol, synchronicity that could be coming to you over the next, well, not only October, but into November as well for you Pisces. So focus is going to shift in those two areas of your life. Now, I'm not going to go on and on and on about the eclipses. I made separate videos about the eclipses, Pisces. Check those out down below if you're interested. I talk about the Aries, Libra, eclipse cycle. This is hitting a financial house for you, Pisces. So this is, wow, this could be incredible blessings coming in with regards to work, material resources, and your finances. Like, this is excellent, especially with the North Node in your 2nd house. You could pile up the cash here, Pisces. And then the South Node in the 8th house, that means like you're paying off debt, you're paying off mortgages, you're paying off property, things like that. You're letting something go at that 8th house, like the tail end there. So I think this eclipse energy is absolutely phenomenal for you. But anyway, go check that out below if you are interested. But the point is, we are in eclipse season. So keep in mind, eclipse energy is effective not only now, but it ripples out 6 months from now as well, Pisces. So we have our first eclipse in Libra, again in your 8th house of chunky, big money. But this is a letting go. Again, something's got to go in this area of life. This is also like taxes, debts, loans, mortgages, things like that. So we start that off at the middle of the month. We had an Aries eclipse way back in April. So that's technically when these energies started ramping up. Now we're closing out a cycle that's been happening for you the last 18 months in your communication sector, in your travel sector, in your mindset, how you communicate, siblings, cousins, neighbors, neighborhoods. If you have your IC or your midheaven in Taurus or Scorpio, I have no doubt you had changes in your career, Pisces. You had changes with maybe bosses coming and going and getting a new boss. Maybe the workplace shuffled and changed. You probably moved. If you had your IC in Taurus, you might have moved. So that cycle for you is closing out. That chapter is closing out. And like I said, we're focusing now on your financial houses at this time. Now, Venus was in your 6th house of Leo for a super long time, 3-4 months. The nice thing is she's finally moving forward. She's finally out of shadow. That means we're going to get some traction on the areas of life where she rules. So for you, again, it's Libra, that heavy money house, shared property, resources, finances, debts, loans, taxes, transformation, power, control, things like that. And she also rules your third house of communication, the mindset, transportation, siblings, cousins, neighbors, your immediate neighborhood. So you should get more traction in these areas of life, Pisces, which is really fantastic. Positive movement forward. Now, Venus moving through the 7th house, if you are looking for love, you might find it. You have the opportunity to find love over the next 4 weeks, absolutely. So, because Venus in that partnership sector could make you attract in a new partner. Now, with that said, though, if that doesn't resonate with you, keep in mind your partnership sector is not all about love. It's also about business, work, contracts, agreements, negotiations, and it could also represent friendship as well. So, hey, you could be finding love in friendship circles as well, Pisces. You just never know. And the nice thing with Venus in here too is she kind of smooths things over. So if there's been any roughness in your relationships, like business, work, love, whatever, she's going to smooth this over for you over the next 4 weeks. So I really do love Venus in the 7th house because she's going to help smooth those things over for you. Okay, and then we got Mars. So Mars is moving from your 8th house into your 9th house. So this is just going to amp up the energy and the forward momentum and the motivation and the passion and the drive and the obsession with 9th house matters. So again, this is immigration. This is anything to do with international matters, legal matters. This could be long distance traveling. This could be education. This could be teaching. This could be religious matters or spirituality matters. Like I said, this is the 9th house is like the house of the gods. So Mars in here, though, can be a double-edged sword. Yes, he can motivate and, give us passion and drive, but he can also cause irritation. So just be mindful of that. Be careful traveling, I'd say, Pisces, long distance traveling. I wouldn't recommend wandering down dark alleys in strange countries or strange places that you don't know, that you're not familiar with. I would not recommend that at this time. I'm not saying it's going to happen. Anything's going to happen. I'm just saying possibilities here with Mars, again, in this house, and Mars could cause some problems, basically. Wherever Mars goes, again, think of Mars as that double-edged sword, okay? It can go, the energy could go one way or another way. Mars can also cause anger and frustration when traveling long distance, so do be mindful of that. Communication could get sharper as well because Mercury is going to be in there, so our language is going to really change when Mercury goes from Libra to Scorpio. It's going to be very intense, deep, passionate, to the point, direct. Careful with how you use your words. Also Pisces, and this goes for all of us because Mercury is going to be moving into Scorpio. The thing I love about this, though, with all this energy in that 9th house, it is trining your energies, Pisces. So and if you have any planets, placements, points in Cancer, it's like a grand earth water trine, So that's the positive of this. But again, you can't ignore Mars. He's very strong in Scorpio. He's very strong in Aries, which rules your 2nd house. So just be mindful of this energy. Mars can definitely irritate, aggravate. Be careful with legal matters. Try not to lose your cool or lose your head, so to speak. If you get angry at all, if anything, it's going to be internalized, depending on where your Mars is in your chart, of course. But get it out of your body, Pisces. Like if you're angry or upset about something, try to move it, get it out of your body for your own health and well-being and your own good. Okay, we have this T-square involving Mars as well that I have to mention. This is the start of October I'm talking about. So you might have already felt this in September, but this is between Mars and that South node in your shared resources. house, your house of transformation, taxes, debts, loans, any sort of shared resources. Also, this includes if you receive alimony or checks or money from the government, money from a partner, a spouse, baby checks, bonus checks, anything like that. That also is in the 8th house as well. So Mars conjunct the South Node here. Something's got to go. Something's got to get cut out of your life. Hopefully it's debt, Pisces. That's what I'm hoping for you. It's like a debt that gets cut loose. Finally, you pay off a debt, you pay off a car loan, you pay off a mortgage, you pay off school debt loans, whatever the case may be. I'm really hoping that's what it is for you. Could be finally a property gets let go. You finally sell a house. You finally sell something that's been kind of bogging you down, some sort of material possession is a possibility. Now, if that doesn't resonate with you, again, this has to do something with money, something with severing, cutting away, something that is no longer working for you, Pisces. And this is hitting your financial houses. So it has to do with material possessions, things that belong to you, resources, again, checks from other people, other sources. This could even impact possibly your partner's income. Maybe it's a partner's income that gets severed or cut off or reduced in some way, shape, or form. I'm not trying to instill fear here, Pisces. I want to be very clear about that. I'm just trying to think of examples to help you out as to what this energy could manifest in the material realm for you, because it's literally hitting your material financial houses. Now, the T-square, this is up in your 11th house where Pluto is sitting. So this energy has to be expressed somewhere. That's what T-squares are all about. So if it doesn't resonate with you, something to do with your finances, this could have something to do with a friendship. This could have something to do with a friendship. Mixing money with friends is never a good idea. Could have something to do with that, Pisces. This could have something to do with a group, a membership association that you affiliate with, that you are involved with, and also your role within these groups. This could also be a hope, a wish, a dream that you've had for quite some time, that Pluto, I have no doubt, has been transforming your hopes, your wishes, your dreams over the last 15 years. So it could have something to do with that. Or Pisces, this could be expressed in your Cancer house, which is across from Capricorn. So the 5th house is children, creativity, self-expression, romance, dating, creative projects, hobbies, gambling, romance. Yeah, I already said that, romance and dating. So Pisces, I'm just giving you a lot of examples. I'm not saying all these areas of life are going to implode. I'm just giving you examples of possibilities of where this tension aspect needs to be released. Energy needs to move in one or more areas of your life in order to welcome in something new. Now, I have good news here. I have good news. We have a beautiful grand Earth trine being lit up this month, which is technically sextiling your energies, which is incredible. This is opportunities that could be coming your way. This might have started in September because we had that new moon in Virgo in the middle of the month, and that activated this grand Earth trine. We have another activation this month, all month long, with Venus moving through Virgo. So I love, love, love this. So we have your relationship sector being lit up. So again, love, business, work, friendships. We have Pluto being lit up in your house of friendships, groups, associations, memberships, your role in the groups, and also your hopes, wishes, your dreams. This is also a lucky house as well. And it's making a trine down to your 3rd house with Jupiter and Uranus and that full moon eclipse at the end of the month. So this is a communication house. This is day-to-day busyness. This is transportation. This is siblings, cousins, neighbors. I actually just heard your siblings, someone's sibling or cousin is going to get some good news. I just heard that. So again, this is a beautiful, harmonious, grand Earth trine. So yeah, like I said, I clearly heard that, so I had to say that. But the third house also involves short distance trips and traveling around your immediate environment. This is your neighborhood. This is the community that you belong to. This is also your communication, your mindset, and how you communicate, Pisces. And this also covers off education. So this is a beautiful flowing trine. Okay, so something is flowing harmoniously in your life, multiple areas of your life actually. And keep in mind, this energy from Pluto technically is sextiling your Pisces energy, and you have Jupiter and Uranus sextiling your Pisces planets, points, and placements as well, which is opportunity. This is an opportunity aspect, Pisces. So something might shift and give in a positive way this month, but it is a sextile, meaning it's up to you if you want to take advantage of the opportunities that will be presented in front of you or not. And that's okay. You know, you'll know intuitively what is for you and what is not for you. What is for you is not going to go past you. Just keep that in mind. What is not meant for you is going to drop away, will naturally drop away. So just keep that in mind. All in all, Pisces, I think we're going to have a nice month. I think we're going to have positive movement forward. The only wild card energy here is those eclipses, and it's pretty tough to pinpoint exactly how they're going to manifest in each and every one of our lives, especially when I don't have your personal chart in front of me. But regardless, I think we're going to at least have positive movement forward in the month of October. So I wish you a wonderful month, Pisces, and we'll see you back here next time. All right, so that wraps up all 12 signs. So keep in mind, you guys, if you want more information about the new eclipse energy that is starting in Aries and Libra for the next 18 months, check out my eclipse video in the description box below. And also, if you'd like a personal reading tailored just to you, for you, all about you, you can check out all my readings on my website, and I'll be sure to put the link to that in the description box below. So have a wonderful month, you guys. I really think October is going to be a blessing because we're going to finally get some forward momentum. Wherever you have Libra and Taurus in your chart, that's where you're going to have some forward momentum thanks to Venus. And also Mercury is finally out of retrograde shadow. So wherever you have Gemini and Virgo in your chart, you're also going to have some positive movement forward in those areas of life as well. So have a wonderful October. I want to hear all about your eclipse stories. If anything happens in the month of October. Also, I forgot to mention the end of October, around the 31st, where we celebrate Halloween, but I can appreciate if some people don't celebrate Halloween. The veil is very thin between the worlds, you guys. So meditate, take advantage of this energy, go outside, and hopefully you can see the moon. The veil is very thin, so be open to the signs and the synchronicities that the universe is more than likely trying to talk to you and show you. We just need to be open to that and pay attention to repeating numbers as well. So I wish you a wonderful October, and we'll see you back here next month. Bye for now.